Hi, Bloomerinos! Good evening! Welcome! I know it's kind of late, but I'm excited to be hanging out with you and making something beautiful. Y'all, we only have 2 more days to sign up for design school. So the time is now to get in, It's KhalilsDesignSchool.com. We'd love to have you in our floral design class. And just to show you some extra special love right now, I'm going to make something beautiful. We're going to play with some fun Halloween stuff. I need to do a Halloween swag for the shop because someone is asking for one, so I thought we would do it. I'm going to pull up your comments, say hello. I'm not normally ever live this late, but we have been shipping all day, so I wanted to make sure we got back live with you. Let me get the video up. Okay, we generally send text when we're live, but when it's late in the evening, of course, we don't text you. Hi, Doris. Good to see you. Of course, if you're on the West Coast, it's not late, is it? So we're going to do kind of a simple, fun swag tonight that I think will be easy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Janelle. Great to see you guys. I'm going to start shaping this all up. In design school, we call that shaking hands. I'm going to take each piece and actually manipulate it. It's not the fun part of designing, but you got to do it. You totally got to do it. Hi, Dora. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Susan. Hi, Vicki. Good to see you tonight. This is a 30-inch black swag. And you guys, this late at night, we won't have any help here on the live. It'll be just us. So I'll call out some of the item numbers, but you know we'll text you out a supply list tomorrow sometime if you're on the text list. But this item number is 82297. This is the black color, 82297. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Brenda. I'm so glad you're here, Lily. We're going to have some fun. I have, some of the Halloween stuff has just been getting here, and I just can't wait to play with all of it, including these really cool rhinestone pumpkins. So that is going to be our inspiration for this one. You too, Vicki. Christina, I know I'm up late. But I wanted to get this one made. I tell you what, I was so motivated after getting everything in, knowing we need more inventory for the store. It was like, okay, we got to make some more today too. We do. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Sandra. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Teresa. Okay, I'm doing good. You see I'm shaping it out? I still got a hole here. We're working through that right now. Keep going. Doesn't take too long. If you have to do this and you're going to do several, especially if you just started working with the pine type stuff when you get into Christmas, you might want to wear gloves. Sometimes it tears up my hands at the beginning of the season, but I've been working with it a lot this year already, so we're getting to where we use these all year long. So this one's not tearing me up too bad. Thank you so much, Vicki. You love the booth setup at the painter's. Thanks, Cindy. Me too. It's still a work in progress. Hopefully soon. We're getting a little bit better with orders. I mean, we're still running behind. We have some new people coming in and helping. We had a crew this weekend. So hopefully I'm going to get a little bit of my life back. And if I do get to go antiquing, I love to get stuff for my booth. I'm going to take you guys along with us. Hi, Carlin. Christine and Karen. Christina, you get motivated to make a wreath again? Well, when the time is right, I'm sure you will. Whatever you're going through, I hope that it passes so you can enjoy this wonderful creative hobby that we do. We all do. Okay, I'm going to put it up here. We got that part done. Ooh, something's biting me. Something's biting me. We can even put it up higher. Let me see how that is in the camera. We can put it up higher on the wreath board. All right. Come on, baby. There we go. I got it in. Now, hey, Georgie, what up with you? Y'all, I didn't even cheers you. I think a mosquito just bit me on the back of my leg, little booger. Cheers. Cheers with Dr. Pepper. Tell me what your cheers in with. Joanne, you needed the pumpkin supply list. If you just search supply list, it'll come up. It's ready now. If you're on the text list, we texted it out yesterday. You watched one of the classes today and now you have an idea for a Christmas swag and you're so excited? Yes. Yes, this is what it's all about. That is what design school's about. That if I'm not live on here and I'm not live in class, you could go to the portal and just go watch something that will inspire you anytime. And it's teaching you how to do it. I love that. Did get my trick or treat. Cindy, yes. Yes, I've got it set up to do a video with it. So I've got it there. Yes, it's very cute. Thank you. DP for you. Hi, Cheryl. Elena's here. Could you attach 2 pieces of garland? You could. You could. You just won't get the tapered effect. You'll have to kind of build that out. And this has a little bit stronger wire in the middle, but if you wanted to use a garland, you just need to beef it up through the middle and kind of weave it all around. Cindy's having wine. Gay's having peach wine. What? That's fancy. That is so fancy. All right. I'm going to start off. I know these pumpkins are going to kind of be in the middle for me. And then we're going to put a bow on there. So let's start off first. I know because they're going to be in there. But I'm going to knock out some of my back fillers first. Let me give you I'm going to give you the item numbers as we go along so you'll know. Your mom, you're there for Little Big Town. How lovely. What a fun trip. What a fun trip. That was Chris. That's awesome. Hey, Marcy. Aw, Cindy, you're welcome. Okay, these double-sided sprays, y'all, are item number 56534. This is the orange black one. We're going to put those in first. Hey, Kim. You're having allergy medicine. Girl, I get it. I get it. Now I broke out in fever blisters, so, you know, it's getting me. Whatever it is, it's getting me. Hi, Melinda. It's not getting a break is what it is. Okay, I've straightened those out, and we're going to put these at the top. I'm going to bring it down for a second. We're going to work on the top first. But I think this could be really cute. I'm really loving the bright orange and black. I'm really loving it. So let me get this one in first. Y'all, and my glue pot just tried to kill me. It just tried to gas me out a minute ago. I was like, what is happening? What is happening here? If you could start smelling glue, you know something's wrong. You know it. Okay, first one in. Now I'm going to put one a little bit lower. I love that these have black stems, so they're just hiding right into our base here, and you don't even see it. And I'm just using the wire of the pine to wire it in. Okay? And I'll grab it a few places so that if somebody picks it up by one of these curls, and they will, it won't come out. Fun time. Yeah, Anita. Fun time for sure. It's always a fun time when you guys are hanging out with me. I'm having fun. Okay, let's shape these. I like to open these a little because you want to see those polka dots inside. Is that what makes these super cute? I'm going to use 2 up and 2 down. So let me stretch them out a little bit. I'm kind of shaking hands with them. Hey, Sheila. Let me open. Let me see how cute. I love that. All right, bring it back up. Come on back up. You guys, if you're building your own, you don't need to move it around. I'm moving this for the camera. Okay, you just leave it alone. Unless it's more convenient for you working. If you get the wreath stand from us, it has the places where you can adjust the pegs and then you can glue the peg in wherever you want it. So you have the options to work high or low, whatever works for you. Okay, I'm going to put this one in kind of right here about midway, and we'll wire it. And I'm not even cutting these. I'm just twisting to hold them. Let's put the, I love these, are so cute. All right, twist this one. Twist this one. So kind of like those of you who make mesh wreaths, you use that tie over and over. We're going to do the same thing on here. We are going to be using it multiple times. All right, if you guys have questions, y'all are so quiet tonight. Y'all are just chilling. Y'all are chilling in your jammies, I bet. I'm going to go lower with this one and bring it up right beside it. a little bit lower, so they're not matchy-matchy. This one kind of comes down the middle. And you can use these, this works really good for length as well. Like you want to come down more on the piece. I love that. Okay, so it's not really symmetrical. Misty, you need to go downstairs work on a skull swag. Oh gosh, you got to get it done, huh? Customers waiting, Misty? That sounds fun. Oh, this Halloween was always so fun for me. Look at the ribbons I picked out to go in this one. Isn't that going to be pretty? It's going to be so pretty. This is going to be really kind of easy, but fancy. Because I'm easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Let me find the lollipops. Okay, we're going to put in some lollipops to make it kind of candy fun. This is 56574 SP16. And this is a lollipop pick. You guys' stuff is at Eucalyptus.com. Okay? So if you're wondering where it is, that's where it is. I love them too. I love them too. All right, let me hold my pumpkins back up. If we're gonna have pumpkins, we're gonna have a bow. We're thinking something, you know, I want them a little off center. Something like this, a little bow action over here. I'm not sure yet. So I'm trying to see where I want these lollipops. Okay, right into here. I think right into there. Hi, Connie. Thank you, Elena. Elena. I want to send you something special. That's Elena Lovelace. Elena, email info@Eucalyptus.com. We got something special for you.
Oh.
Margaret, this is a black 30-inch pine swag. Item number 82297 BK. Yes, honey. Did you try to scare me, honey bunny? Honey bunny, I cannot be scared. I work with scary crafts for a living. You cannot scare me.
There you go. A little bit of theming for you.
Sorry, guys. I'm coming over to the side here for a second. I'm covering it up.
A little bit of theming for you.
Theming? Oh, thank you, dear. That's nice and creepy. I like it. I like the creep factor you just added.
Plug in.
Muy bien, Richardo.
Add some creepiness to it.
Okay, that looks really good right there.
Witches and goblins are working all night.
Oh, Sue, don't let it expire. Make sure you keep an eye on it just in case it has an expiry date. If you guys ever win a coupon or something from us, make sure you watch the date. Get a gift card. I don't want to hear you fussing, but we can only let them hang out there so long. Right, Manta? It is fun. This is so much fun. All right, I'm going to go opposite and kind of come down this way. Coming into this part of the swag. I'm kind of staggering these a little bit. I'm going to actually have to trim these as they're a little bit too long. Let me get the cutters. Let me get the cutters. Y'all, if y'all didn't see this pumpkin video, we did that on Saturday. It was a lot of fun. Sylvia, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're getting inspired to make something beautiful. I'm going to try to turn back on the glue pot, y'all. See how it... I turned it off because it just was loco. Alright. See what happens. See what happens. Okay. These are going in at an angle into here. So I've got a little glue going on, but I'm really wiring them. With all the tines that are built in here. Just use them. And I want a little separation on these lollipops. Alright. Now it's pumpkin time. It's pumpkin time. Janelle, did you like the pumpkin? So the bloom box I showed today is already sold out. You can't get that one. So you'll be getting the next collection. So that's why I encourage you to sign up ahead of time, because a lot of people see those boxes and then they want them, but when I show them on the video, they're sold out. So, sorry. Oh, Linda, thank you. I love him too. My mom was fussing at me because I told her I was going to keep him. She's like, "Oh Lord, oh Lord, you got to keep everything." I'm like, Yeah, I gotta keep a lot. I like it, Mom. When I get tired of it, we can sell it, right? We gotta make our places pretty. Hi, Ramona. Great to see you. Good evening. I totally loved your picture you sent. We used it. I love, love, love it. Thank you for doing that for me. I loved your smile in there. Y'all, I asked for some of the design school students if they'd pose with one of their wreaths so we could use it for marketing, and Ramona did. It's so nice. Okay, I'm going to stand a little bit in front of the project for a second to kind of... Can you see it? Oh, you can see it. I'm going to use floral pans. I'm going to use the pine, but I got to put several pieces in to hold this really good. I love this beautiful orange against the black. It's just so pretty. So the nice thing is when you work with foam pumpkins, you have the ability to kind of control where they're going to go and how they're going to lay, just with pins and wires, and get them in there. All right, so got my first 2 pins in. I like that so far. Kind of this guy going to the side. Thanks, Tony. Linda the skeleton. No, he's not for sale. He's mine. He's mine. I taught my class how to make him, though. Maybe one of my lovely students will make one for you. Hi, honey. What are you doing?
I don't know yet.
Honey Bunny worked so hard today, Phil. We both did. It was an epic day of accomplishment, wasn't it?
We got a lot of orders out.
We did get a lot of orders out.
And we're going to keep knocking
And we got
it
a
down.
lot ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And our help's coming tomorrow. Hold on, my glue dried before I could get in there. So, the exciting thing is as we get our help more trained, we will have the ability to knock them out faster.
Yes, we're going to.
That's the goal.
We'll hopefully start catching up with y'all.
I know. So you don't have to be waiting on us anymore.
I don't know.
I might have to just I think I'm going to put a wire in here. For some reason, this felt on the back of this one.
Why don't you put it in first and then...
I'm gonna put a wire.
Oh, okay. Or take an awl and put it in and then you can put it in.
I could do that too. I could put the owl.
I know, I'm terrible. I'm giving you advice.
You can. That's a good tip. I'm not.
Take an awl and figure out where your 2 holes are.
Honey Bunny wants me to use an awl, and I can do that.
And then it will...
It shouldn't be so complicated, but we can do that.
And then when you put it in...
Aww, thank you, Ramona. Me too. I love our community. So thank you for your support. Always. Always. I appreciate it. I love hanging out with you guys and creating. It's so much fun. Alright, let's put this one in. Get it in there nice and tight. Tomorrow morning, everyone's going to wake up and be like, we missed your live. Wow. They'll be all kind of, why'd you go to live so late? Christina, you think Honey Bunny needs to make a wreath? Well, you know what? Over the years, he's helped me make many. He used to help me prepare for shows. He would cut, he would make bases. So yeah, Honey Bunny's been a big part of our business. You may not realize, but I could not do all this without him. He's a big part of the computer part. He's a big part of lots of different things around here. And he does it all without saying a word. He's really a great guy. Okay, I got that one. I'm going to try to get these up a little bit higher. Right now they're secured in, but I want them a little bit higher, and I'm going to wire them further back. Get them more stable. Coming down here. Yes, you, mister. I might have to use that. I got that one. I'm determined. Now I'm going to be able to hold that up. So it might take you a few pins to get it where you want it, but yes. Yes. Isn't that looking cute already? We haven't even done much. It's looking cute. Sheila, you were rearranging your craft room. And you're getting more hooked on the florals, right? It's like you catch the vibe, huh? I got it. Well, Evelyn loves like lives. Aww. Thank you, Evelyn. I'm so glad you love that. I really, really enjoy teaching our design school students every week. It's just such a pleasure. And I love teaching the technique and the design. And then I love seeing what you guys do. And the best thing is when you tell me you sell it. So I can't wait on Tuesday in our class for me to talk to you guys about what's sold at the shop. You will just die. It's so funny. Thanks, Tony. Hey, Vanessa. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Let me zoom in on this, right on the center there. That's looking so pretty. Okay. So I'm going to keep working with these so I feel like they're stable. Because the last thing you want is, like if you sell your pieces, you don't want your customer to have their piece flopping around unless it's supposed to be moving. So for me, these pumpkins need to be stable. They're pretty good. I'm going to put one more on the back of this side. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's a little hard to fake this at right at almost 10 o'clock at night. You either love it or you don't. You do or you don't. My glue wasn't acting up tonight. It wouldn't be such a problem. I guess it's time for a new glue pot. I've been saying that for 2 months. Gina, you can't wait till Tuesday's class? Yay! Yay! I'm excited. Yeah, on Tuesday, that's the last day new students can join also our class. And I'm going to be doing a little series on some simple designs for beginners. That way, anybody who's brand new can really get some help with new designs. And then the nice thing is, with the older students is a lot of times they need simple designs to fill up their Etsy shots to get ready for their craft shows. So it's kind of a win-win. So I'm excited about that. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So I punched my holes back here, and now I've got to figure out where I punched them. There we go. Got it. Okay, so I put maybe like 3 pins in each one, and I feel like that's nice and stable. Okay, I'm going to need to tie a bow. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but let's put some tails in, or we could do 2 funky bows. That would be fun. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. Let me see if I can get the camera down a little bit. I'm going to tie a bow right here. Y'all, I tie bows on Wednesdays for instructional, so you can always catch a Wednesday bow video. Let me grab a black one. I got an idea for this little pumpkin swag. I got an idea. All right. We're going to do 2 funky bows. I really want to use this 4-inch ribbon right here because it's got the Harlequin. Gina, that is freaking me out. I'm not ready for October at all. Linda, what time on Wednesdays? Bow Wednesdays? It's 7 o'clock Central Time. Every Wednesday. Okay, hopefully you can kind of see me over here making the bow. But I'm making a couple of bows real quick, so give me a second to do that. Hey, Sylvia, good evening. Sylvia, you up late making? How's the house coming from the hurricane? Are we all getting back to normal some, or is it still a work in progress? Okay. I'm just over here tying to the side real quick. I'm going to do 2 funky bows. I'm going to put that 4-inch Harlequin in the back. How's the steak coming, honey bunny?
Are you
marinating it?
done?
WK, huh? Richard tells me WK, and that means waiting on Khalid. That's what that means. And for Kaya, too. Dora, I do need to get the new one now. I do. Honey Bunny ordered me one on Amazon, but he ordered this little guy. He didn't realize it was so little. That glue pot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a baby one, which is cute, but I'm like, well, this is cute for a rookie. I need a bigger one. Okay, let me cut this one. I'm making bows over here in the corner. Bows in the corner. Right? Oh my gosh, the wedding is coming? Misty, we haven't had dinner yet. Misty, we just got home from the warehouse about an hour ago. It's a little bit cray-cray. Our lifestyle's a little cray-cray. We're living like no one else now, so later we can live like no one else. I've been saying this for a year and a half now. Gina, you're not ready either. Well, good. That makes two of us. Totally makes two of us. I get it. All right. Cutting. I'm dovetailing. Didi, you have that baby glue pot? Well, that works. I mean, it works. I like to put big, gigantic things in my glue pot. So it would irritate me if I couldn't easily put things in there. You know, I'm just a creature of habit. I like it big. I just like it that way. I don't know. Too many years doing it that way. I'm not changing now. This bow is gonna be so cute. This is a great idea. I'm excited about this. All right. So far, it's a 1-2 recipe. Those of you who are blue merinos and bohos, you know what we're talking about. Okay, I'm going to open up this one. This ribbon here is 58002-0901. This one is X332004. This one is X970540. Those are our 3 ribbons I'm using in here. Y'all, all the supplies are on Khalees.com. Our design school class is KhaleesDesignSchool.com. And we're on the countdown for sign up. You weren't ready for summer, and now summer's over, right? That's so much. It goes quick, doesn't it? We're gonna have to make 2 bows, but let's make sure I like this one first. Hi, honey bunny. You just keep coming in, coming out.
All right.
You just coming in my zone. Coming in the blue.
Fire.
I'm officially loco tonight. I have crossed the line.
I've been fighting those fire things.
You've been fighting fire ants? Y'all, the fire ants have moved
buggers
into the backyard. And one of them bit me on my little pinky toe. My little pinky toe was like revolting. It made a little blister and a pus pocket in there. That's a little TMI, but it was not fun.
It is.
Missy, how do you purchase the ribbon? It's on Khalees.com. I've got a sign here somewhere. KELEAS.com. If you are on our text list at Text Khalees, we'll send you out a link with all the supplies we used on this project tomorrow. So you won't have to search for anything. Bless you, honey bunny. Look how cute. Isn't it cute? It's cute. You do too, Elena, the fire ants? Yeah. No good. No good. They hurt. Fire ants are no good. Okay, what am I going to put in the middle? I'm going to put, this is such a cute bow. I'm going to cut a piece of Harlequin down since we need to have 2 bows anyway. I really want to run that down the middle. That'll be pretty. Hi, good evening to you too, Linda. Linda, I did get my Happy Meal. I haven't opened it yet. So, I was going to open all the Happy Mail at one time and show all the goodies. Oh, thanks, Susan. All right, I'm going to fold this over the center. Y'all, once again, Wednesdays, You can watch me make bows to your heart's content. I've been doing it 3 years, lots of videos. On Bow Wednesday, lots of videos. I like that in the center, the black and white. Okay, so we got 2 bows. We're gonna have a low bow and a high bow. Low bow, high bow, high bow. I'm gonna fluff it out. Let's decide if we want it to be the low bow. Oh, it's so cute already. Here's the high bow. Do you want to be the high bow or the low bow? How cute. What if we just do a high bow and then we do some tails coming out over here and it will look like the bow like flows under the pumpkins. What do you think? Can I get some thumbs up or some hearts? I tell you what, give me hearts if you like that idea. Give me thumbs up if you want me to do 2 bows. Let's see what you think. Well, I get a drink of Dr. Pepper. Linda, absolutely. I figured there's a surprise in there, Linda. Considering I thought I only ordered earrings. It's a large box. Thanks, Susan. Okay. Oh, I think we're going to do the tails. Okay. All right, let's try that idea. If I don't like it, we can always just take and redo it. No big deal. Let's come up here and kind of tuck this in this area. Let me zip tie it on first. Let me trim that tail off. And then I'm going to maneuver it however I want it to be, lower or higher. Bring it down a little bit right here. Ooh, that's cute. Oh, this is real cute, y'all. Okay, so now we're going to boot a little tail section here. Maybe we'll do like a little loop-de-loo or something. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Let's get our 4-incher out. Tony, yeah. Carlin, yeah. I think so. High bows and tails. I'm making up new songs for y'all. Let's layer a couple of the ribbons because I think they'll be pretty. Let's layer this with the stripe on top. And let's do kind of like a little roller coaster flying in there. Do we want to do all 3? Let's see how all 3 looks. Let's give it a go with 3. Okay. I'm going to have them, I'll dovetail them when we get done in a second, but I'm going to make my own little cluster here, just kind of by pleating that. And I'm going to tie it with a cable tie. Linda, man, I just switched on, Linda. Very, very switched on. I'm super loopy because I'm tired tonight. So, yeah, Linda, I'm brilliant. Gayla, where did I get my Halloween shirt? This is from Amazon. Amazon. They had some really cute Halloween shirts. Really reasonable since I need so many different shirts for videos. Because you guys can't tell the video apart if I'm wearing the same thing. So we try to do it. Cece, we do have the black swag. It's available on Cleese.com. It's item number 82297. 82297. Okay. So I want this to give the appearance that it's coming from that bow. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to put that way up high in there. I'm going to put a little glue in it. We'll tuck it way back there. Oh, Karen, if you get on our text list, we texted out the whole supply list for this. And we'll do the same thing with this project tomorrow. And then you won't have to find anything. You can just click and buy. Oh, I love it too. I love it too. It's actually been pretty easy. So far, so good. All right, glue going in. Be real careful when you're going in a tight area with hot glue. It's a great way to burn the tar out of yourself. All right, I'm making sure I'm grabbing it with plenty of the pine. All right, and I really want this to kind of lay all together and have a little bump right here. So I'm going to gather it one more time. And I'll grab that with the cable tie, and then I will also take and tie that into the wreath. So when I'm in design school teaching, teach similar to what you're seeing here, but what I would also be doing is talking about the principles that we're using when we're creating this design and how we can replicate it with different materials and different transition points. So I love teaching so you can come back and do it again. You don't have to make the exact thing you're seeing here, but you can learn the techniques to be able to do it over and over. Dovetailing hurts my brain every time I have to cut those. It hurts my brain, yes it does. So I want to layer these, I want to stagger them, but I want them all to be dovetails so they lay out pretty. I like that. Don't cut your finger. I did something wrong on that one. Let me try again. There we go. Alright, let me take a look at what we got so far. I love that. Let me pull this down just a little bit lower. I'm up a little high there for that roller coaster. Of course, I tied it in really good. I just need to come down just a hair. Let's come there. Yes, that's better. Much better. I love how it brings our eye from that side to this side. Now, I've got a little Harlequin to pop in to pop a little bit more out. Oh, it's looking beautiful, isn't it? Now, this item, I think I got the last two. So it's going to be sold out. But we're going to pop this in, coming out right up here near the pumpkin to make it nice and whimsical. A little bit more in the foreground. There you go, buddy. Get on in there. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Roller Coaster. I'm going to spread those out a little. And one more at the top. Me too. I'm loving it too. I can't wait to see what you guys make next week. Starting off your week strong. I hope you are feeling creative. Now over here I've got the bow to work with too, but I'm just going to kind of tuck in right next to the bow so it kind of comes outside those pumpkins. Also, let me move back up to the top here. Yay! Amata, me too. Me too. I like the lines on this one. A little bit different. So we could go up above the bow, or we can go right in here. I think this is my, we'll go right beside it. And then we will take and, let me wire it in. And we can fluff and work that bow around it. So in class, I'll talk about breaking the plane, how I like things to not look like they're on the top, but they're worked in amongst everything else. And that's exactly what we're doing here. I don't want this to look like it's just, oh yeah, just stuck in there. I want this to be in the front plane of the wreath, where the ribbon is in the back plane right now, or kind of the middle plane, and those are in the back of the plane. And you can manipulate them any way you want. But how cute is that? How cute! Oh my gosh, it turned out so super cute, y'all. I totally love it. It's totally worth spending some time with y'all tonight doing this. This is a super fun project. Really just easy putting components together and knocking it out. You know what? If I had a third one of these, I probably would shoot it kind of coming out here, but I only had two left. So we're going to go with this a little bit, just kind of popping in the front. I really like that. Okay, well, I can't wait for you guys to try something similar when you create something new. And we're going to start with our greenery, and we're going to do like we normally would on a wreath. We'll set our perimeter with our first greenery, and then we'll work from there. All right, I'm going to pull these down.
right, I'm going to start to shake hands with this, and we're going to start to shape it out. And I want that leaf to the back, the rose leaf to the back, and all the pretties to the front. And the reason I'm kind of adamant about layering that way is so I get that pretty softness on the top, okay? All right, let's kind of come to the middle of our foam here to start this out, and I'm going to get my shape. So there's my first section, okay? And before I go too far up, let's talk about where that bow is going to go. We could have chose anywhere. We can put it right here, which would be adorable. So if we do that, we know we're going to need some greenery here and some greenery above it, okay, to kind of start to set our transitions. Now, the question was asked earlier today, hey, why don't you just go ahead and put that in? And to me, the reason I don't is because I'm working behind it the whole time, and it's easier for me to construct. But it's also a lot easier for you to see what I'm doing without doing that, okay? So I'm going to leave the bow out, and we're going to start continuing building up the perimeter, okay? So I know I need this piece to kind of go up high, to party up high, yeah. Party, party. I'm going to separate these out. Yep, and just bring these to the foreground. Look at that. How cute is that? And we're going to come up pretty high here. And if you need to bring your bow back, bring your bow back. Take a look at it, okay? Yeah, that'd be fine. So I'm going to kind of stay in that swag shape and work off the top. And we can make these very quick and fast and easy, but I'm going to do it with more detail. So that means I'm going to go a little slower and build smaller pieces to get that really wispy look. All right. Kind of the feeling of a lantern swag. But what's going to allow us, because we're building it on foam, we're going to have the ability to make it more detailed. So more smaller pieces that are going in there that we're going to break up a little bit. So we get that really pretty wispy feel that I love. And makes it just kind of special. So I have one going up, one going down. We're going to need a little bit more. We're going to fill that in a little bit more. I'm going to use this one down from the center, so right where it's going to transition. We're going to have it come right in here, okay? So I'm going to trim that down a little bit. Well, you know, at Disney, they have so many things that they use on different exhibits, and they are doing a new ride called Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And Tiana's my favorite princess. And the reason she's my favorite princess is because she's a working girl. That girl got a job, a dream, and she's almost there. So she's my favorite princess. And we are pass holders, so pass holders got a preview of it. It's kind of a lotto, and we did get it. Kaya got on there and got it that one day. And they have some of the neatest, like they've come so far on some of the greenery and things that they're using that give that illusion of a flower, but it's very much plastic in the way it's cut out. But all the texture of it is so neat. I thought, oh wow, the technology's really coming along even in the theme parks with the artificial flowers they're using. So I'll be curious. I'm sure that may not be cost effective to bring out to the major markets, you know, like to you and me, but I'll be curious to see if we see some of that trickle down to it. All right, I pulled most of that off. Now I've got these actually individually. I'm gonna come in here to the right. And we'll kind of circle back around here. All right, so let's bring our bow back and see if we like that so far. Oh yeah, that's cute. That's fine. So you can see I've set my perimeter. I'm happy with the distance everything is. Okay, so now I'm going to build from here. Let's take these pieces that are extra, and I'm going to hold these off because we're going to use these more in the foreground. We're going to switch to a different texture, and then we'll bring these more to the foreground when we get to that point. All right, now we're going to use this one. This one has all the fun greeneries. It's got this really cool mustard little grass in here, so we're going to go to town with this one now. So I'm going to try to keep it somewhat clustered if possible, and don't go into all the little pieces to start, okay? And then we can do some cuts to make some, you know, little sections here. So this one, see how I can divide it into 3 sections? I'm going to do that right here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, look at that one. That's going to be a good one. Okay. So I'm going to break them down. Here's one of the bigger sections. And I am going to leave this one big first, because I think it's easy to work in between each one of these sections. And the only thing we're going to do different is, because this is the perimeter, that's the longest points out, we got to back these up, okay? So you may have to take a little off the bottom, but I want to leave as much of the cluster together as possible. So here, like, I'm going to have to take off this section, and we'll use it separate, and this will be separate, okay? So we're going to bring that in next. All right, let's go in between. It's got to be a little shorter, so that's why I'm coming back, right? See our line? Perfect. Nailed it. All right, and if you can see a bunch of glue here, put moss, but if not, just keep rocking around. We'll figure that out, covering up the mechanics later, all right? So this is kind of a mustardy color one, so we can kind of alternate those as we're putting them in the colors. Now this one I'd like to be right here, and that's a little too long, so we're going to do the same little trick. Just separate that out. We'll have this as a different piece, and we'll put that one in. I know, this one's going to be a lot of fun. It's not going to be a whip it outer, but I believe you'll be able to charge its worth in this one, because we're going to really put some detail into it. Once we start putting all those little berries in, it's going to pop big time. You're going to love it. And we're going to get the bow in eventually and work around that bow. All right. Sometimes I love just sitting, making these type of things, and just kind of getting into the process. Because a lot of times I'm a quick designer and I want to whip it out. And that's just because I have to do that when we're selling lots of something. It has to get made and out the door, right? But when we're doing something like this, we can sit down and enjoy the process and, you know, charge a little more for it for our time and get into the excitement of it. This one, I want to go between those. So we're going to do the same thing. Cut it here and we'll have that little smaller piece. And I'm going to shake hands with it. That's another thing that's going to set you apart from anybody else, is you're taking the time to manipulate each wire the way it needs to go. So our transition, right, these come down this way, this kind of goes up, and then these go out to the right. So if I'm trying to put these in and these are going this way, it's not going to look right. It's not going to look clean and neat and finished. And it's taken me a long time. It's a simple concept, but it's taken me a long time to learn. Like, if everything just has its own little space here, how much prettier that is. Now, I've got all these pieces right here that have this cool little spiky, darker color, and we're going to evenly put those in right now. I'm going to just kind of work around the outside here. I'm going to bring one low right here. And if I can see how pretty that is right there. Oh, that's good. If I can see my my glue, I'm going to cover it up. Starting to cover that up. Here comes another one. Just layer it all in. Now I'm going to use my zigzag technique. So if this came to the front, the next one's going to go zigzag up. So I'm still zigzagging, right? Like a zigzag stitch. But I'm going to go to the outside. So this was to the inside, so this one's going to go to the outside. And that's how I'm going to get this color evenly distributed, and I'm going to inadvertently create triangles with it by doing that. Once you get the third one in. Okay, come here. Don't slide on me. There we go. So then you just started sliding backwards. I'm going to move that leaf to the back. Oop, I grabbed a little glue on there. All that's going to happen is I'm not going to glue string, but it's going to irritate me. I try to think out of the box, guys. I mean, you got to be different. You always got to be doing something a little different, and hopefully that encourages you to try something different. Okay, then we're coming back to the middle with the next one. And I'm going to take off this little leaf. I don't really need that on there. And we're going to cut this shorter. The warehouse has been a little short-handed. I've got Paul out with his poor grandfather's not doing well, so he takes care of his grandfather. So he's gone to help him. All right, zigzag, zigzag. So now going back to the outside, and now this is kind of going up. And you see how pretty? And I'm going to run out of red, but that's going to be beautiful because it's just going to be on this side, and I'm digging that totally. I'm loving that. We'll put the mustard on the other side. I didn't even have that planned, but that is going to be so pretty. Bring that up here. Pop that in. Oh, how pretty is that? Turn that leaf around. I'm leaving the leaf on this time. If I don't like that leaf and the way it's sitting, I'm going to cut it out, but it's okay right now. Let's come on into the right, and we got 2 mustard pieces, and I'm going to cut those out right now, okay? I'm just going to cut them into their own little sections, trim them down, and those are going to go on the right. And then after that, we're going to get that bow in and start to put all of our berries and fun pieces in. Oh, let's come down here. Little leaf to the back. I like the leaves in the background. I don't really want them in the foreground. You know, because they're wider and they're going to cover up all our fun little picks. We have this available as a kit. So pretty cool. You get all of this. And you can use the pumpkin for something else if you don't want to. You want to keep the pumpkin for you. Well, that's so pretty. I put the mustard here and the red over here. Okay, you can already see how full this is from all the wispiness we're putting on there, right? All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to put one more sunflower. I've got a mustard, an orange, a mustard. So a mustard sunflower would go good right here to kind of get some good spacing. And this one's got a lot of nice greenery. And I'm making sure this stays longer. So I'm going to keep these shorter and up here. But see all that wispiness? It's really important to keep it really, really... That's where we're going to get that high-end look, is cutting the pieces, keeping them really delicate looking, okay? Because we want to be able to command a higher price for this and look like a higher-end piece anyway, okay? Bring this one down just a little bit. Good. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to tuck it over here. Okay, very good. Now I've got these pieces left, and I'm putting those with the other pieces that we had left from the pip berries and a little bit of greenery. Remember, we're going to work that all into the bow. All right, so this is all little things to use later. Okay. So now I'm going to put the bow in a second. But let me get some perimeter berries in, because and then I won't have to work around it. Sometimes detail work is not worth your time. I'm going to be honest with you. Depending where you are in the money-making process. But other times, it's real important. So just make sure when you're doing something like this, it's taking more time to put in. You're not just doing your normal markup, because I'm cutting these. I'm breaking each piece down. There's going to be a lot more time in the construction, if you know what I mean. So I've got to add in, for those of you who are selling. Now, if you're just making it for yourself, go to town, detail it up. Love every minute of the process and just have so fun. All right, I'm going to take these and trim it off, and we're going to start to get these the right length as I put them in. So I'm going to go down here to the bottom, and we're going to start to piece it in. And I really want to layer these up. When I was getting these pieces and purchasing them to make this kit, I really wanted to showcase that dark orange in the back, and then work with this lighter orange in the front with that little bitty mustard color too. I love that. So when we're putting these on, I'm doing the exact same thing with the zigzag. Okay? I'm zigzagging it in. Just working on placing it right in. Okay? And then I do want some in that midline too. Where this one we just went to the outside, I want to have a little berry in the midline. Let's have one more berry coming down. Like, this is where it's going to really look over the top gorgeous when we get all these berries in here. I need this one kind of long, so I'm going to pull a little of that paper off. Let's go over here. Let's go on down. And I want these kind of in the foreground, but I'm also okay with some of them being a little bit back. There, see, it's kind of tucked in there. Oh, I just adore that. That's that killer depth. Okay, that side's looking good. Let's work on the top. So So this one kind of already has a bend going this way, so it'll be perfect to go right in there. And I'm trimming it off and just dipping it in. Let's go right here. And I'm just going to kind of get the perimeter done here because I know a bow's going in. And I'm going to go right in the middle. Let's go in here. Beautiful. Let's go to the right. Let's go here. Now this one I'm going to give it a little bit of bend, and we're going to do that same thing. And remember, we set that perimeter with the greenery that we started with. So we don't have to, you know, go out further than that. We're staying tighter. That's where a lot of people go wrong when they're trying to do something like this. It ends up looking like a peacock because they go way too far out. So you want to keep it tighter. And here I'm trying to make sure that I don't get this side too far down. I want to because I started having so much fun making it. But nope. All right, that leaves me a handful of berries to put in after we get our bow in. Let's get our bow in next. Let me show you how good this looks. So this looks real good. See how wispy it is? Yeah. You know what? The problem is every time we make one of these, I want to keep it. All right, the bow's going to go right in there. So we're going to take and tie this up, and I'm going to put in a wire in the back, and I'll just use one of my stems that I have saved here from earlier. We're going to make our own floral pin. All right, so I made my little wire pin, but it's a little too long. I could have maybe used a regular floral pin, but this is, I need it to come out a little bit, not suck in there too much. Okay. Now let me decide what direction. I think I have this option, or I think I want it this way. I think I like that bow just doing that. That's cute as can be. All right, let's get that dang glue on those pieces here. And that's the way you want it, right? Let's push her in. Please go in easily. There she goes. Oh my gosh, that's so stinking cute. Let me fix her a little bit. So once you have that bow, I want to bring the bow back down. I'm going to bring it in. I put it a little too high. It needs to be down a little bit, okay? So let me bring it back out before it gets too glued in. Wiggle gently before it gets too glued in. There we go. Okay, we're going to try it a little lower. I want it right here. I'm just going to pull off that glue and we're going to try it again. So I really like it with two things open, but I think we can get it. Let's try again. Bring this over. There we go. Now be careful when you're doing this. This is an easy way to burn yourself. Hold on to it and press it in. Let's see if that works. Yes. All right, come on. I want that little piece going up. This little piece going down. Look how cute this is. Oh my word, this is so fun. I'm going to take and work this in a little bit to this wispiness instead of covering it up. I'm going to try to work it in there. There you go. Now, don't fluff your bow too much because we still got pieces to put in. We're going to squash it. But that turned out perfect. Okay? And we really didn't cover up too much, so I'm happy with that. Now let's come in and add our pieces into the bow. So cute! I'm going to hold her. Now, you do have to be careful that you don't have too much going forward because she has a fat bottom and flat, so she is pretty stable, but if you start getting a bunch of weight this way, she may want to walk on you, okay? So, let's take, and I'm going to add some of my berries into the bow, and you are going to have some pieces left in the kit. Of course, you'll have plenty of ribbon, so you can make some little lantern swags or make some pieces to coordinate with this, with what you have left, and just kind of play. I'll put this berry in here, and you see I want to start to work them into the bow. And then it doesn't look like the bow's just put on there. It looks like the bow is part of the design. Let's come on this way. So we're not quite done. It's got a little more detail work to work in here. in between everybody. Keep working that coming out of that ribbon. All right, let's add a little bit of these greener pieces here. I can't wait to put that little mustard stuff in here, this stuff. Ooh, it's gonna be fun. Let's take this and work this in here. All right. I'm gonna put one coming out the bottom of the bow, which is kind of like this way. So we're gonna go under here and find the foam. And just push it in. I'm sorry if my head's getting in there. It's getting serious right here. Okay. Oh yes, that's perfect right there. You bring that out of there. That's cute. Isn't that cute? Let's put this little poofy part right there. And I got a little pumpkin too. Here. This little pumpkin. That's so stinking cute. Let's put that right in the middle. Y'all, this is so fun. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm so excited. And when we started the video, there were a few left of this kit. So you might still be able to grab one, but they may all be gone. A little bit more berries coming in. Now, for some of you, it's a hobby, and some of you, it might be a stress relief, but for me, it's business, but it's also my favorite thing to do. So I love being here with you, and without you guys being here and wanting to learn, I would have no one to teach it to. And, you know, I love it. So thank you always for being here. Okay, and you can sit here and add as much as you want. Look at the perimeter. I look like I could use a little more right there. So I'm going to take this little wispy piece and put it out there. I'm going to take off the sunflower, and we'll save that for something else. But I could use a little more wisp out there. So step back from your piece and take a look at it and see, okay, what else can I do here to finish that look? All right, let me come in. I'm going to add this right here. This one kind of more in this area. Beautiful. Look how cute that is there now. Oh my gosh. Y'all can have so much fun. Look how cute this is.
Y'all, this Wednesday when we did our bow Wednesday, here's what one of the bows we made, where we used the pretty white pumpkin ribbon. So I thought we'll do a swag tonight all based off this design. So we're going to have so much fun. Thanks, Cherie. Hi, Linda. So you guys, I want to make sure you know, while I fluff out this swag base, I want to make sure you know that next week is the Creative Pumpkin Challenge, hence the massive pile of pumpkins in the corner here, if you haven't noticed. So we'll be talking about it more, but we'll pop the link here in the comments in a second to join us. If you are a design school, remember, you get access to the Creative Pumpkin Challenge at no additional charge if you were a previous member. So if you would just check the group for that. But if you are new, you're just seeing us for the first time, or maybe you've been hanging around for a while and now you're like, hey, I want to come see what they're doing in the Creative Pumpkin Challenge, we'd love to have you. It's going to start next Thursday, and it's 3 days of fun. So please come join us. We're going to have so much fun. Oh, Cherie, yes, that is the main project we're doing in the Creative Pumpkin Challenge. But we've got other little bonuses coming too. Hi, Connie, welcome. You guys in design school, I would call this shaking hands. So with the swag, when they come, they kind of come all janky. You've got to fluff them out. So that's what I'm doing right now, y'all. Just fluffing it all out. So how's everybody's Fridays? Starting off strong, I hope. Kai was so happy her room was somewhat clean. You know how kids get it out of control? That's what happened. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Renee. How's it going, Janet? Hey, Mickey. All right, I'm going to fluff this dude way up. And get him all fluffed out. Spread out. Shake hands with each stem. Because you need it kind of to be flat on the back to lay nicely on somebody's doors. Right? Hi, CT. Good to see you. I loved your truck the other night. It looked really good. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Oh, I'm going to fluff this out. Y'all, I have been planning and getting so excited about the Creative Pumpkin Challenge. It's just been, it's really fun to get all prepped and try just to get ready to have a fun party where we can create together for several days. It's going to be a blast. I'm excited about it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We're going to be covering a lot of it up, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And you might notice I didn't bring a lot forward this time because I'm going to be adding a lot of fun things onto the front to fill it in. It did! That was really cute. CT, you guys, is a Halloween. He does big displays at his house for Halloween and for Christmas. So it's always fun to see what he's making too. Yeah, Dawn, you can't wait for the pumpkin challenge. Oh, I know, we're gonna have a blast. Okay, I saved the tag for that swag to tell you guys the item number. And of course, now I can't find it. It's the 30-inch swag. Nicole, I'm using the 30-inch one. So if you could grab the number and share it with everybody. Dang it. Y'all, you know. Hi, how you doing, Jackie? Oh, this one is this cool pod. Now, the whole inspiration for this particular swag is coming from the ribbon. We tied the bow on Wednesday, so you can go back and watch that video, our Bow Wednesday. This is what we tied. You can see there's a lot of bright green, so a nice green in here mixed with a white pumpkin. So that's why I'm going to pick a brighter green as far as it goes. I'm going to put some of these pods in there. And these pods are item number 80360. All of this stuff is available at Eucalyptus.com, guys. So I know I want to put some of these in. Oh, I found the item number for the swag. It's on the floor. Psych! The swag is 82363. All of these supplies are at Eucalyptus.com, guys. Thank you for posting that. Oh, slacker. So I've got you're not a slacker, I'm a slacker. That sounded rude. Oh my gosh. It's late for Khalid. It's late for me. So I've just fluffed this one right out. And I'm going to use a couple of these in here. I'm going to use two. So I'm thinking one kind of at the top. Kind of catty corner just a little bit right here. And I'm just going to use some of these pine to hold it in. I'm just zigzagging these to tie it in. And you can cut it if you want to. I'm just going to leave this because I don't think we're going to see it. But I'm going to attach it 3 different places. And then I'll tack a little glue on there just to hold it tight. Give it a lot of motion forward. Make sure you do that. You've been called worse. I know. I'm sorry. That sounded bad. I was referring to myself being the slacker. Oh. Okay. Y'all, yesterday was Kaya's birthday, and man, if you don't know, Kaya's my daughter, guys, and she had a volleyball game, and they won, so that was the best present. That was the best present, and she was so excited. Patricia, you drug out a wreath today. Oh, good. Good for you. I'm so happy, Patricia. Awesome. I love it. Getting creative. I love it. Well, hopefully y'all have your house all settled and maybe you've got the house projects under control. I know that they go and they go and they go. All right, I'm going to bring in another one. And this one I'm going to kind of go bring it kind of coming down. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I love these pods. These are like a, I'm calling them pods, but they're like a thistle. And I like that you can use them different times of the year, but they're going to look great with this particular pattern. So I'm just zigzagging this in. I'm going to tuck this one kind of behind here. If you end up seeing a stem, we can always cut it out later, but in the meantime, I'm just going to try to camouflage it in there. I'm going to camouflage it in. How you doing, Stacy? You got football tomorrow. Stacy is in design school, and she's a big Gators fan. What if any of you enjoy college football? Tell us who you root for. We'd love to hear who your teams are. Unless it's Alabama, I don't know if we want to know. No, I'm just kidding. You can tell. Hi, Glenda. All right, those are in. So I've kind of got them. You see how they're kind of making a little S? I like that in there. I like that little flow going on. Now I'm going to put in some eucalyptus. So let's get this going on. This is item number 80755. This is the brown green color. Georgie. Oh, when we're doing the doggy, Georgie. Yes. Yes, our cute dog. It'll be time to decorate for Halloween soon, and can't wait to get him out. I don't know what we named the dog. Well, we're giving everybody names. Oh, Patricia, you're going to get a she shed silo. Oh, that's nice. That's fun. I love that. I love that. That's cool. Ruth, yay! I'm so glad you're here. Becky, War Eagle, I like it. Not Bama. I just have to give the Alabama fans a little, you know, razz them a little. Hey, Tracy. Girl, I like them berries. That looked good. Jeanette, you never been into sports. I get it. No worries. My dad, of course, loves sports. And I used to be way more into it than I am now. I do the sport of wreath making. So, we're pretty competitive in this realm. So I'm going to put a little bit of this eucalyptus in here and start getting a nice feel for my design. Tuck it in. You guys, I'm using a glue pot, so I just put it in some glue, dipped it in, and then we tucked it in there. Hey, Stacy! On the big screen, whoop whoop! I love it. Is Nate and Aaliyah going night-night? Are they up? Probably Nate's not going night-night. Nate is outgrown night-night. Go Gators! I knew you were Go Gators, Stacy. I knew it. Alright, I'm going to go a little bit lower down here. You know, as far as it goes, whatever makes you happy, y'all. If you enjoy sports, you enjoy crafting, I'm just happy there's different strokes for different folks, and you can get some pleasure out of whatever it is that makes you happy. And I hope that involves making flower arrangements, or at least making wreaths and playing with them. You did, Jackie? You decorated your Christmas tree for fall? How fun! Oh, that's fun. Love, love, love that. We actually just put away the Christmas decorations. I did put them easily accessible to get them right back out. Oh, Roll Tide, there's one of them. Oh, that's okay. Alright, I'm putting my eucalyptus in, and guys, I'm giving it lots of depth. I like that. I'm going to use 2 bushes of this. You're a Sooners fan? Well, that's alright, Cindy. That's cool. Hi, Melody. Hi. Oh, hi, Angela. You hanging out with us? Awesome. Tracy, you jumped up and down and possibly squealed as soon as you found those berries. They look great. It's amazing. So, guys, to tell you what we're talking about, in design school, Tracy had made she had made a beautiful wreath, but it was kind of like needed some contrast. So she found some berries that were the perfect burgundy. I don't know if they're exactly berries or pods or flowers, but they looked perfect in there. So we were all really excited for her, because we thought, what are the chances she's going to find this perfect? You know, it was kind of like that burgundy Merlot color. It looked beautiful. I can't wait for you to sell it. Glenda says, go Tigers. That works. Hi, Debbie Davis. I'm so blessed you're here hanging out with us. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Nate's up, but the rest are storing. Mom is having happy juice. Happy juice. I'm on TikTok way too much now, y'all. Way too much. Oh, hey, Ellen. Hi, Kay. Good to see you. Hi, Candy. You're about to go night-night? You're using me to go night-night. Candy, did you go to Damon's too? I don't know if you were there. I didn't see you on the live, but I was wondering. Stacy, I took off today and went shopping for fall home decor. Oh, Stacy, how fun. That is fun. I think I'm cut off. I think Kalee's cut off. Kalee has hit the wall. I'm not allowed to buy too much more. Well, I pretty much have Halloween, so I probably will get some more fall. But not until I get it all decorated for Halloween. And we put that up. We have to put that away. I have to set, rules. Becky, you're addicted to swags. Aren't they fun? I like the linear movement of swags for some reason. I'm a curls and movement person, so I love the movement of a swag. That sounds crazy. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. I love that wreath. It was beautiful. And you're an Oklahoma State Cowboys. There's 2 of you guys here tonight. Whoa. I love that. You're not sure what they are either? It doesn't matter, right? If they're berries or flowers or what, it doesn't matter. They're adorable. They work perfect. They literally work perfectly. I'm going to pop this one in here. And since this base is green and we're going in, we've kind of got a lot of green working on this particular fall piece. It's going to work fine if it shows a little. You don't have to worry about it. Ooh, you got a new couch? What? You got your Halloween picks? Yay! Aren't they so cute? Oh, okay. So you and Jim went to shop. Okay, I got it. All right. And Megan's over at Damon's. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Oh, you're having to play Norse? Your husband has COVID? Oh, Becky. I'm glad you're negative. Take care with everybody. Oh, boy. It's so scary. Runs through the whole family and you have to worry like that, right? Razorbacks, I believe, are playing the Texas Longhorns. They moved to the SEC. Oh, right. They were saying something because my dad is a U of H fan, University of Houston, and apparently they're moving to a new conference next year. So I'm not sure. Y'all, I know so little. I just go and have fun, and I root for the team that we should be rooting for, depending on the game. Kaya really got into it though. She goes with Grandpa most every Saturday whenever they have a home game. So she's been going for years. So she gets so excited. Oh, wait. You went? Oh, you didn't sell anything today, Janet? At the Festival of the Horse. Okay, well, hopefully tomorrow you're going to get some sales. And hopefully you're meeting people and making connections that could turn into something later. Sometimes you can get sales later after the event. So don't look at it as a complete loss. You're going to learn a lot from it, right? All right, I'm going to go ahead and put our bow in so we can see where we stand and see where else we're going to pop in. I think I am going a little more top center. So dead center would be right here. I'm going to go a little bit above that. But I'm letting all the beautiful pods and eucalyptus come out. Hi, Cindy. Awesome, guys. Stacy, you bought a new couch? Wow. Now that you have the new couch, you're going to decorate. Yes. Yes. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but I took care of my mom and dad's cat when they were in California. It's really Marley's cat, my niece. I took care of the cat, and the cat was hiding behind the Christmas decorations, and I didn't even know she could get to the particular chair that was covered with Christmas decorations. And then today when we were cleaning up, sure enough, she had made her a little spot, and I could hear her doing something back there, but she had literally nibbled off the berries off the face of my gingerbread man. He no longer has a nose or eyeballs. Well, it's a nose. No, it's a nose and a button, not eyeballs. Oh, thank you. Treva? Is that how you say it? Thank you. I love visiting with you guys. I love being with y'all and hanging out. I try to keep up with everybody's stories if I can. Sometimes I don't keep it all straight, but I try. She's gonna send you the couch. After 18 years, Patricia, you are not getting the couch. Let's be real. I think she needs it. She definitely needs it. Okay, once again, we made this bow on Bow Wednesday, so y'all go back and watch. We were doing blast off bows, so it's a blast off. If you're new, you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's some Khalees bow lingo, and we're talking about the loops in the bow. Okay? Oh, good! Good! Yay! My name's Khalees, so it's different. I'm totally used to getting it butchered. I try. You worked hard for the couch, Stacy. Amen. Amen. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys. We got some lights put on our house, which is a super duper treat. But Honey Bunny, I mean, he loves to decorate for Christmas big time. So we got some lighting put in that you can change for any season once it's installed. It's all LED and it's got an app and everything. I can't wait to show you guys. Honey Bunny is happy. Hi, Jeannie. Ruth, you started rolling your ribbon tails after watching me? Yeah, sweet. I like doing that. That's kind of my thing. Sometimes I even put knots in my ribbon. It just depends what mode we're in. I'm in the 20-inch ribbon tail mode. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. Happy Friday to you, too. So this is some eucalyptus, and let me give you a code. I'm going to get yelled at because I haven't done that yet. This is got more of a brown tone, so I'm picking up the brown tone from the ribbon, a little bit coming out of the leaves in the eucalyptus, and we're gonna tie a little of that in there for a little contrast. So this is item number 56524OR. This is on Khalees.com. Debbie, you can't wait to see the Halloween blow-ups. Yes, yes. I did get one new one. You know, we can't just have all the same stuff. Our poor deprived neighbors. They would be so boring if we had the same thing every year. You know, we do it for the kids, y'all. Do it for the kids. That's what we tell ourselves. Actually, last year I took down the Halloween on Halloween night because I just wanted it cleaned up. It was kind of late. And sure enough, some people came walking by specifically, and she was like, oh, I was going to show my husband. I'm like, sorry, all packed up. I felt bad, but it was already all packed up. You know, it was going to rain the next day, and I just didn't want to deal with it all wet to put it away. So I kind of rushed the pack up a little. Oh, I love this. This is so wispy and pretty. I love this stuff. Oh, it's too far off, too high, Stacy? Okay, yeah. Yeah, these are pretty cool. It's called, this particular system is called Jellyfish Lighting, and it's really, really neat. So it was a treat for Honey Bunny for his birthday, and he's so excited. It even has like a option to have the lights look like lightning. Oh, so I thought that's going to be fun for Halloween. We can maybe have a little lightning going. And it has the timers and all that. It's nice, because he used to do all that manually. So give him a little break. I'm going to put a little more brown coming down the center. Hi, Naveed. Sure, you do the same thing for the kids? Yes, me too. CT, right? The day after Halloween, it all comes down, right? Yeah, because I'm ready to kind of do a small transition to fall. I'll leave the pumpkins out there. But all the skeletons need to come down. And then we got to get started on Christmas, CT, right? CT's got a lot to put out, though. He's got a lot. Your grown kids would get so many when they would take Christmas tree down. Aww. They'd get mad when you took the Christmas tree down Christmas Day. I know. It's hard when you do this for a living, guys, you get so excited, but then you're ready to move on, really, because it's just so much. You're like, okay, what's next? What's next? Here it comes. But I'm probably going to use a lot of the stuff we make in the Creative Pumpkin Challenge next week for home decorations for fall. And that way I can just transition to those. Well, that's the plan, right? Oh, Debbie, she did have a great birthday. Thank you for asking. She sure did. She had a great time. We went to supper with Grandma and Grandpa, and then she won her volleyball game, and she's got a sleepover with a friend staying over. So, you know what? We're talking happy camper. She's living her best life. She's finally made like a really good friend, and I think that's, you know, sometimes that's hard for kids to do, and she's always had boys as her friends. This is her first really good girlfriend, so I'm happy for her. It's really good. Oh, that's okay, Darla. We're making this on a pine, a Christmas pine. It is a 30-inch pine. Let me show you. What did I do? Glue it to the board? It's a pine, Darla. Okay? And we're working it all in to the pine base. Right? Karen, I'm working on the 30-inch one. You could do this on the 24. We have both in the shop. You could go either way. Hey, you know, Faith, we got a pumpkin challenge coming. We're gonna have a pumpkin party. I had to make sure we didn't run out of pumpkins. You know, I have committed to the pumpkin creative pumpkin challenge next week, so we were not going to be low on pumpkins, and I bought 2 of everything. Because even though we sell pumpkins, everything's been selling so quickly, I don't know what we would have available just in case. I wanted to make sure I had pumpkins from every different sources. Okay, I hope I have one more brown. I do. I've got one more. A little fall, then full-blown Christmassy tea. Oh, nice. Nice. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Me too. I love all the eucalyptus. I love it. You know, when I was coming up in the industry a long time ago, probably 23, 24 years ago, preserved eucalyptus was all the rage. The thing is, preserved eucalyptus here in Texas bleeds. It bleeds because we have too much humidity. Well, not all over Texas, but here in Houston. So it always made it just like, don't touch it. You have to use it indoors. It was crazy. It was crazy back then. Oh, Georgie, Kaya just turned 12. I know. I think when we started live, she was 5. No, she wasn't 5. That's a lie. She was 7 or something like that, right? 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, she was 7 or 8. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Thank you, Debbie. I was happy for her, you know. Oh, Carol, you go out for each holiday. We're on a corner. You get so many compliments. No blow-ups. I'm tired of doing it. Carol. Come on, Carol. I know. We're still going to have some blow-ups. We're putting some new gardens. So I'm going to be able to put some of well, y'all, last year we had a lot of stuff planned, but we couldn't do it because my mom and dad both got COVID. Y'all, a lot of you know, your loyal followers, you're here all the time. So our whole world got ripped upside down. And we didn't do everything I wanted to do in our yard, but I got some really cute, big ceramic snowmen to put out there. Or they're resin. And hopefully we're going to be able to put those out this year. I'm excited about that. Marcus, pumpkin party! Marcus is in design school, so he's going to be coming to the pumpkin party. Hopefully you can join us, Marcus, next weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got replays on everything, guys. Replays. That's the Creative Pumpkin Challenge coming up. And it's a paid event. It's a paid party. But believe me, we have lots of fun. There'll be lots of giveaways. And we just have a blast creating together. The whole schedule is also posted on the sales page. So if you click the link below, it'll tell you about their Creative Pumpkin Challenge. But that's a bunch of pumpkins for the challenge over there. All right. So I've got eucalyptus, I've got green and brown. That looks great. I can stop here. I had put aside some white pumpkins, so I thought maybe we're gonna tuck some pumpkins in and see how it goes. You're gonna be there, Marcus? Yes, yes, awesome. So this is a little assortment bag of pumpkins we do have available on Cleese.com. Item number 9. No, that's wrong. 59050. 59050. All right, I'm gonna see if we want to put these in there. Let's cut these open. Got some different fun shapes. I love fun shapes of pumpkins. Oh my gosh, when they start putting the regular pumpkins in the grocery store, are you guys like me? You're like, ooh, there's another shape. I could put that in the kitchen. I could put this outside. I could. Real pumpkins, fake pumpkins. I like them all. Stacy, whatever. Whatever. You're not going to come Thursday or Friday, Stacy? You should come hang out with us Thursday and Friday. Time goes fast, Kimmy. Wow, right? Crazy fast. All right, I'm getting some ties. I'm going to pin these into this wreath base. Excuse me, I've got to reach. Excuse my reach, y'all. I'm going to get some floral pins. And let's decide where we're going to pin these in. I can pin them directly to the pine in here. But I was thinking we'll take a couple and just pin them right in. Okay. Oh, Lord, Patricia, what for? I hope it's not a huge deal. You're going to be there Thursday and Friday, Stacey? Thank you. You're not coming to the pumpkin party, though? The big party at the end? Maybe you could pop in amidst the football game. Stacy's like, I cannot. This is my favorite thing. That's all right, Stacy. We'll take you when we can get you. All right, I love that one kind of going down. Now let me see what other kind of textures I have in here. I've got one that's kind of a little bit of a flat one. Oh, these are cute. Look at this one. Hi, Joanna. All right, I got a flat one. I got a curvy one. I love these. Y'all, this is such an easy swag. Y'all need to be knocking these out. Super cute. I'm going to tuck this one kind of, trying to decide, do I want these, I just kind of want these, a couple down here, just tucked in amongst this eucalyptus. Let's go in here. I'm just using floral pins. I'm pinning it to the pine, and then I'm just making sure I twist the pine back so they can't fall off. They're going to wiggle a little, but they're not going anywhere. Okay, let's get one of these other gourds. Wow, Tracy, 24? You look just way too young to have kids that old. Tracy. Time does fly, right? Uh-oh, Stacy, game starts at 3:30. You probably can come in the morning, but you'll probably be, you'll probably still be doing game time. The schedule is there. I don't have it all memorized, but the schedule is in the group already. Stacy, you can go take a peek in the group. Which I think you're already in the Creative Pumpkin Challenge. That group, it's in there. Alright, I'm going to use one more pin because see how that one's kind of floppy? We don't want that. I'm going to pin it up just a little bit higher. Okay? Hi, Stephanie from New Jersey. Great to see you. Alright, let me pin it up a little bit. I'm going to grab... It's nothing worse than a floppy gourd, y'all. Nothing worse. Let me tuck this in over here. So if you work with pumpkins and gourds that are artificial and they're foam, the nice thing is you can just tuck them in and pin them. It's easy. Sure, you have 4 grandchildren and 1 great-grandson? Congratulations, that's wonderful. What a lovely family. We just have 1 daughter. God bless us with 1 wonderful daughter. And don't get me wrong, she can be a handful, but we love her. Okay, I'm going to tuck this in back here. We're going to do the same process. And I might have to put a couple of pins up here because I want to make sure they're going to hold. Or you know what, I'll just tie it further back. This is so cute. I love the dimension of this eucalyptus in here. Okay, there's that one. And let's put one more up here, I think. Yeah, Karen, I put the pin in to the pumpkin. And I grabbed one of the pine stems and just, so it's pumpkin, pine. My finger's the pine, right? And the pin's just going to go right through that pine. Okay? Let's see here. Oh, wow. 29. That's crazy, Tracy. You tried to do a calf heart yesterday, but what the hell, Patricia? Okay. You, girlfriend, go get them, take care of you. All right. Kimmy, you're going to be watching. Okay. Well, good, Kimmy. You're going to take care of her for the Rainbows Baby in Children's Hospital Cleveland. Okay. Well, you know, it's all going to be available on replay, too. So anytime you want to watch it later, it'll be there for you. Just like if you did the Hydrangea Wreath Challenge in the spring, that's still there for you to watch later. Whenever you want to watch it. All right, I'm going to push this in here. I'm using these flatter pumpkins, and I'm letting them kind of be a little flat. Just want a little space between those. Oh, that's cute. See how we kind of got a nice line of the white pumpkins going down the middle? All right, Patricia, I'm sorry to sound kind of... I'm glad you're there, getting it taken care of. They're going to take good care of you. All right, let's see. I'm going to have a couple of pumpkins left for another project, but we got a whole challenge coming, so that's fine. Paula! Oh, Paula, we only take credit cards. Our payment system is Stripe, so it's done all on the computer. We don't take any of your information. It's all encrypted. So, it's secure because a Klee does not see your number. My team doesn't see your number. It's all done through a service called Stripe. So it's a service that I pay for them to process the credit cards because it's a third party. The autumn bush here, this is a greenery bush. I'm going to tuck a little of this in just for a little bit more of a texture that's going to be kind of curling in and out. This is 81118 autumn. Okay? Thanks, Linda. All right, and I'm going to trim these off. And let's get this in. Let's get this in here. Sarah? Sarah, I don't think I knew you had twins. Wow. Are the twins girls? Or boys, Sarah? I understand, Paula. Me and Honey Bunny today had words a little bit too. Because we were doing big time cleaning. And as soon as you touch any of his stuff, does yours, Honey Bunnies, do this? That you get into their area and now they're like, don't want to clean. They want all your area clean, but they don't want to clean their area. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. I see how it is. Okay, I'm going to tuck this piece in. I want this piece to kind of come out the bottom right here under the, where we put those pods at the very beginning. I'm tucking that under here. I like with these leaves, they have that little touch of like the autumn edge. I'm gonna let that kind of flow down there. 17-year-old and 10-year-old, right? And you've got your hands full. Oh, okay, the boys. Oh, so they're identical, Sarah? Oh, wow. And the youngest is a girl. So, Gwendolyn, we're going to do more projects besides in the Creative Pumpkin Challenge. We're going to do more projects besides what you see as a wreath. I don't want you to run out and buy everything. I want you to come and if you want to create the wreath, buy the supplies to create the wreath. But I want you to be inspired. And then you can go out and see supplies that you can get wherever your local store has something similar. So you don't end up buying a whole lot unless you want to make all the things. So we're going to have more projects in the challenge besides the wreath. That's why there's so many pumpkins. But don't go buy everything yet until you decide, oh yeah, I think I want to make that arrangement, or I want to try what Kali did here, or I want to try that candlestick project she did. If you want to do those, then get the supplies, okay? So there'll be more. I'll tell you all about them. We'll give you the item numbers and all that. But the big project we're doing is the wreath, okay? Alrighty. Paula, I understand. I get it. Oh. We have issues. Well, I don't think they mean anything by it. They just, I don't know. I get it. Debbie, 38, and your daughter will be 42. Wow. Wow, Debbie. You got your hands full and then some, right? Hey, Melissa, checking in from Cali. Good to see you. You stacked papers on your hubby's desk. Gave him a little bin. He came home, sat in the living room, and asked if I did something to make him mad. He said, yeah, you cleaned off your desk. Yeah. Well, Honey Bunny works at home now because they don't have an office anymore. So he's in the living room, which is fine. But he had house bills stacked, which he doesn't even pay that many house. I take care of most of it. He pays a few. But he's got them stacked over there like that's an organizational system in a pile on the cardboard boxes still from his office that he left over a year ago now. You know, girls, y'all. Now, if I would have done all that when he wasn't at home, which I cannot do because he works here at the house now, he would not have even known it even happened. He would have no clue. So that's the only thing, Jeanette. Yours might have noticed. Mine wouldn't have had a clue. Oh, wow. And a kid, yeah, crazy, Kimmy. For the gallbladder, right? Yay! So I'm just taking a little bit of that additional greenery. I'm popping in a little eucalyptus. I always like to put something kind of tight to the bow. I think it looks really fun. In design school, which is our class that I teach weekly about floral design and technique, a little bit different than this live here as I tell you what techniques we're using to create the design you're seeing. But I would call that breaking the plane. Like we want to break the plane of other objects in our wreath. So I like to do that. I think it's fun. Took you 15 years to train him. I got it. Oh. Right, Jeanette, he noticed way too quick. Yeah, I redid the whole front flower bed. He had no clue. He was like, oh, it looks nice. I'm like, yeah, it does. Of course, I'm out there doing floral design in the flower bed. I've got curves and, I've got this flowing here and I want that to be a spiller and go over the edge. And he's looking at me like, oh, yeah, have fun. That's okay. He puts up with me pretty good, though. Considering. All right, I got it nice and full. I'm going to put a little bit more right in here between these two pumpkins. pop that in. So you guys, if you're thinking about joining the challenge, it's going to start next Thursday. I am going to do some shopping earlier in the week in the challenge group, so there's an advantage of getting in there a little bit early, so I can show you some of the fun things that I see at different stores that you can substitute for things that we're using in the projects. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Your hubby calls you hands. It gets hidden. Yes, Stacy, right? Debbie, your husband's talking about retiring next year. Oh my gosh, Debbie. Wait, that's supposed to be like your she shed or something. All right, guys, here's our swag. We started off with that Christmas base right here, 30-inch pine Christmas base, which of course you guys can use those anytime. And we added a lot of fun eucalyptus, green and brown. We popped in some pumpkins. We used our bow from Bow Wednesday, and we did it. It turned out really, really pretty. A nice neutral fall piece that can transition from all the way from the end of summer, like we are now, right into fall. For those people who don't want the orange and the bright orange in falls. Hey, Blue Marinos, it's Khalid. Great to see you. I'm joining you live tonight. I hope you're ready to have some fun. We are making a rustic fall wreath. And this recipe tonight's going to be pretty easy. I think you're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to try to break it down super simple so you can make a fun wreath like this. Tonight we're working with a pre-made fall wreath base. So let me pull up your comments. Certainly welcome you all. This is kind of a unique wreath base that it is corn husk, and it's got fake wheat on it. I love that. And these cute little twiggy type grass in there, which gives it all this great dimension. So while you guys are coming on, I'm going to start shaking hands with it. Welcome, everybody. If you're brand new or you haven't been in here a while, I'm going to remind you guys to like, follow, and share. I'm Kali. I teach floral design, all artificial and silk flowers. So we're coming up into the busy, super amazing season where everybody enjoys decorating their homes. And I'm hoping I'm giving you guys a ton of inspiration. Hi, June. Good to see you. Frida's ready for some fun times. Hey, Pat. Awesome. Hey, Wendy. Glad to see you over here. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is what you have to do with a lot of your wreath supplies when you get them, is you're going to have to take some time to do what we call in design school shake hands. Awesome, Teresa. I'm glad you're here tonight. So shake hands is kind of like you got to have a lot of patience. But you can see I kind of started on this wreath a little for you guys. Started kind of spacing it all out and making sure things aren't pointing the wrong way. Straighten this out. When you buy nice wreath supplies, things are going to be wired, okay? And that's what we sell on Cleese.com. Beautifully wired pieces, and you want to make sure you're utilizing that. Oh my gosh, you guys are great. I love that you're all coming in. This is fantastic. I'm straightening out the wires, all that. And wherever you're watching, if you have questions, please ask. I will try to answer. If we don't catch you live right now, I'll get you on the replay. Now, the other thing I don't want you to forget is to get a spot on our text list. That number is 832-734-5201. We'll pop it in the comments also. It's also on our link tree if you're watching anywhere else. Just text us the word live and we'll get you set up to get live alerts whenever we go live. All right? We've got it fluffed out good, and this is where we're going to start. Now I'm going to show you guys what else we're going to put with this tonight. And remember, this is going to be easy. It's a great beginner piece because when you start with such a gorgeous base, like you don't have to do a lot to make it look amazing. But I want to show you how pretty our color palette's going to be. I've picked out 3 of these really neutral pumpkins right here. And they kind of got this beautiful wash on them, which is going to kind of, go in really good with these corn husks. Then this mustard berry. Can you see why I picked that out? That we've got the mustard color of the wheat. This is just a beautiful contrast that's going to go really well with that. So we're going to use 3 of these. Now, I want to show you also the filler flower we're going to use. So this is going to function like a bigger piece. Like these would work like your main flower in your wreath design. Each of these picks is going to work like that, okay? So when you see these, you're thinking the main flower. In the spring, we'd be using peonies and magnolias. And at Christmas, we'd be using poinsettias. That's what those are, okay? Now, this is going to work like a filler flower. This is our Phoenix bush that has, no, I think this is called a heather bush. And it has worked so well for us because it has greenery and color. And you can see I picked out something with a little more pop of color. It's got the orange, so it's going to pull out a little bit of that more traditional and pop really well with the other two. So we've got the 3 pumpkins and I have 2 bushes of the greenery. Now, I can't wait to show you our ribbon choices. Now, don't forget, we've got this gorgeous washed pumpkin in there. So that made me think, let's pick out this ribbon right here. It has a pumpkin in there that's kind of a white and cream, and then this one that's orange washed. So we're going to use this ribbon. This wreath comes exactly like you see it. What you see right here comes exactly like this. I didn't have to do a thing to it. Okay, and we're going to add the layers to it. So we're going to use this ribbon, and we're going to get that little pop of the cream. We're going to pull that out of here. And then I am a plaid nut. I love plaid. Plaid freak, rather. Let's call it what it is. So we're going to mix this beautiful brown plaid with that and put those together. Okay? So you kind of get our idea. We will have an entire supply list for you when it's done. Before this video started, we had some of all of this in stock. I can't guarantee how long it'll be here. But the supply list is always available to you. Even if something's sold out, you can go take a look at it later. We like to make sure that you have, you know, the resources available to you to see exactly what you need to make what we're making, okay? So this is an easy bow maker I'm pulling out. I'm going to get my ribbons, and we're going to go ahead and tie that bow first. So I'm going to put big old wreath off to the side. When you fluff this out, it can go up to 24 inches. It's nice. It's going to be nice and big. Isn't it going to go good with the ribbon choices? Yes, me too. I love that. So let's load up first on the bow maker. We're going to load up the pumpkin, okay? Have that going in the back here. Now, I love I do bows on Wednesdays with you guys, so I'm going to just be making this one together, but if you need bow instructions, come join us on a Wednesday, because that's when I'm really rocking. Oh, you want to grab these ribbons? Yeah, no problem. We're going to have a supply list available for you when we're done, and we'll be posting it here for you shortly, okay? I'm doing 6.5, a little bit bigger, because this is kind of a big base. So 6.5. We're going to go 6.5 on this side. All right, and twist. Got to get a nice sharp twist. Now I'm going to keep that same length as I go around. Just twist when you get to the center and hold it and fluff it out. Okay, and we're going to make our bow first, and then we'll start putting... Oh, you guys know what? I didn't heat up my glue gun. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. It's hard as a rock. Hello. Hello. Nobody's home. Let me plug that in while we're tying. Yeah, rookie mistake. Just when I think I got my act together. Psych. No, we don't. Hold on, let me plug that in. What was I thinking? I mean, I'm all for wiring things together, but not that much wiring. Gluing is a lot easier. Let me crank it up a little hot so it'll get going. If y'all see the glue gun on fire, the glue pot, let me know. If it gets really, really hot. Have you guys ever done that? Started almost ready to get to work and be like, dang it, my glue pot's not heated up. It's literally so irritating. Well, we got plenty of work to do before we start gluing, so that's okay. Hello there. Good to see you guys too. I'm glad you're coming in to join us. This is fantastic. Y'all, and if you're making something similar right now, or you like some of these colors, let me know in the comments and tell me what colors you're enjoying using for all your fall that you're working on. I know this is kind of a traditional look, and of course we're loving, I love anything new and different too, but there's always going to be a demand for things that are a little more traditional, so you got to keep it up. It happens to you all the time that you forget to plug in your glue pot. Yes. I get it, Stephanie. All right, now we're going to put our second layer of ribbon on top, and I'm going to come in at 5 inches, so just a little shorter than the last. We were at 6.5, and now I'm at 5, or you could go 5.5. And we're going to put this really beautiful plaid right on top, and we're going to do 2, I think. Oh, thank you, Karen. You like it? Awesome, awesome. Hey, Trisha. Okay, we're going to take and separate these out. Let's get the next one in. Scrunch it. So we've got 3, 2. And I think we'll just finish up with one more of the pumpkin. Kind of making it up as we go. Hi, Vicky! Let's put the pumpkin on top. Do one more. How are we doing over here? We're doing something. It's getting there. Not really quickly. Go! Go, glue pot, go! Let me cut this one, and we will do one more layer over here. I'm going to cut that tail quite a bit shorter, probably about 14 inches. Let's see. I am going to go at 4 here. 4.5. Let's go 4.5. Twist it really tight. Right here. Oh, nice, Stephanie. Fantastic. Woohoo! Let me make sure those match. For some reason, I had that a little smaller. See how pretty that is? It gives you a nice muted look. Now, if you want, we could add like a little bow tie of the plaid on top. Let me see if I want to do that or not. Just make a little loop. Let me see if I like it. Oh yeah, that's pretty cute. Let's do that. Sometimes that little bit of contrast right on top is just so perfect to tie it all together. Okay, let's put this combo in and just pleat that right up. And then we'll put that in the center and have our, we call that a bow tie, literally just because it has no tails coming down. How cute! Stinking cute already! Hello there from South Carolina. Hey, Karen. You like the combo? Yay! Fantastic. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Like normal, we're going to have fun. I gotta have fun, guys. This job's too much work if we're not having fun, right? Any job can be. Put that cable tie right beside, pull it up. Ooh, I smell it now. This pot's a-cooking. All right, get some pressure on that with the cable tie. And now I'm gonna work on fluffing this up. So I'm just gonna take it, rotate it to the back. We're gonna take our time and get all the loops their own space so we get a lot of nice dimension here going. Okay. Y'all, the only thing is when you turn the glue pot hotter, it seems to stink more. I like to let it coast to heat, not go flaming to heat. 0 to flames. All right, so pull this back a little so you get that nice center. Stephanie wants to know, do I ever use mesh? I don't, Stephanie. I just use silk flowers and greenery and all that. I do not use mesh anymore. I did back in the day. I did mesh wreaths, but I always didn't like them. So I kind of did it begrudgingly when they were so popular. Mesh was new. I've been doing this for 25 years. We're going on 26. And when mesh was pretty new and people discovered they could make wreaths out of it, I actually had to. When I was on the craft show circuit, I had to use them. But I always would make the mesh base and then put flowers on top of it. So to me, it was always just like a ton more work to do all that. But now I just don't use it. I enjoy this, and I got to where my customers wanted all silk flowers. I put the plaid in the middle. So like today, we got this really super cool base with the all the corn husk on it, and it has artificial wheat in it. I mean, how fun is that? You know, because if you use real wheat, I don't know if you've ever worked with dried flowers, guys. There was a time when I was super into dried flowers because that was the trends. So sometimes if there is a trend, you might find yourself having to go that direction again because it is what people want. So if you use real wheat, if it's not preserved right, it has a tendency to shed and a mess. Look how pretty this is on here. Oh my gosh, it's just perfect. So this is going to be our bow. We're going to use in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to get all our other things in place, okay? So let's get going. Now, I'm going to try to make this facing you guys. You know I normally design on a wreath base, but tonight I'm doing it flat on the table. So what we're going to do is start here. Kathy, hopefully the notifications will go out soon. Sometimes they don't go out on time. We have no control over that, but Nicole sends them out. Hopefully you'll get it next time earlier. So with each of these, you've got to take and shake hands with them. I want to get those leaves spread out. I want to get these berries spread out. We're going to do that with all 3 of these pieces. So that's, once again, it seems like a silly part of the process, but it's real important. Look at all the love. Thank you for the love. You're so awesome. All right, everybody's spread out. Now let's start to get these in how I want to place them. We're going to need our wire cutters, and we're doing good over here. I'm going to turn this down so it doesn't start to blow. Okay, yay! We cooked up some glue. Good job. Woo! Thank God I remembered before we got through it. You love the traditional colors, Deb? Yeah. So we need to plan for a bow zone. So I'm going to let the bow sit right here, okay? So let's take, and let's just place these in without gluing to start with, okay? I want to kind of get good placement. Let's put the bow in. Sure. Can I talk about my fall subscription box? So, Stephanie, I have 2 different subscriptions at all time, and they're both seasonal subscriptions, meaning that they change depending on the time of year. So we have a greenery subscription that comes out monthly. You'll get the greenery for the season we're in. So right now it's fall. We have what we call our BBB box, 4B box. And it's the blooms, berries, buds, and branches. And that is a floral subscription box. And it comes out once a month also. And it is also seasonal. So in the spring, it's spring flowers. Right now it's gorgeous fall collections. And the thing about my boxes is they're coordinated to go together. So any of the subscription boxes are, the things can make, we might have 2 different looks going on per box, or we might have 1 look going on for the box. But last month's box people went nuts for. It was fall also, and they loved it. So if you need any information, some of the boxes are sold out right now. We have a wait list if we don't have any available, but just let us know in the comments which box you'd be interested for, and we can post the links to them. And you can sign up or grab a spot on the wait list. We all have a limited number each month. So I'm just placing these in. And guys, you have to go with the flow of your design, okay? We can't just back up and go a different direction. So I see people make this mistake all the time. So once we know the flow is going this way, which is, I didn't have to even choose because that's the way my wreath base came, then I need to make sure the berries in that go that way. So I don't want to do this. No, no, no. Khalid will have a stroke. I'll stroke out. No, once you have a flow going, then you stick with it, okay? Now let's get the last one in. I just want to make sure they're equally spaced and there's room for the bow, and I'm happy. This one might have to go down a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and glue these all in each section. Now, you may need to tie them in if you can't get them into the wreath, but I'm going to try first to glue them. Okay, happy with that. And take the bow out for a little bit. Oh, Pat says the boxes are always full of goodies. You'll love them. Yay! Thank you, Pat. I work really hard to make them neat and different and fun. So, okay, guys, now we're ready to glue in. So I just gave that a little swirl in the pot, and now we're going to press it in the base. Okay, number 1's going in, and I want to work it around here. Hey, Brenda. Sorry you got hacked earlier today. Hopefully that got fixed. Jeez. I'm telling y'all, sometimes that's a pain, isn't it? All right, let's bring in the next one right in here. I'm going to press it in. Trying to get it in the grain of the wreath here. There we go. You want to feel it go in and just put it right between and spread these out. I love how muted this is. Oh, it's been a rough week. All right, let's put the next one in. Stay with the flow. Keep it going down. I'm going to pick this spot right here. There's a little wire there. I'm going to poke it under. Hopefully that's not too low. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it up a little bit because I know that bow's got to go. I took the bow out so you guys can see a little bit better, but we want this to be a little bit bigger so the bow can pop in there, okay? And spread that all around. Oh, you're interested in the boxes, Karen? Okay. Karen, on TikTok, if you could email info@khalees.com, we can give you the link. It won't let us post links while we're live on TikTok. So info@khalees.com, and we'll give you the links to both boxes, okay? All right, there you go. Now, Okay, that looks pretty. You don't have to add more, but I really need to bring in that orange color because this is what we're doing with the bow, okay? I've got the muted color coming, but now we need to bring in the beautiful orange that we're going to use the other two bushes for, okay? So let's grab those and get them all prepped and ready to go. So what we're going to do is, this is a nice hand wrap bush, and we can take and just tear it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys, anytime you have a question, if you're not getting an answer, you know, with just asking through our Facebook or YouTube or that, we have people helping answer questions, but if for some reason you need us, just email info@khalees.com, info@khalees.com. Oh, Deborah, the bow recipe, I did it at the beginning of the video, and it's a 3211, and it's a got a bow tie on the front. Okay, I'm just tearing these, and then all you need to do after that is just get these tails nice and neat, because you don't want to be trying to put in weird, what I'm saying is cut that nice and neat right there. You don't want it sticking way out, guys. It's going to look weird if you do that. Ah, hey, Michaela. There's the email, info@khalees.com. Y'all, if y'all have questions or you need an exact link, you're like, I don't feel like looking for it, Khalees. No problem. We're here to help. Okay, so each of these, we're going to use 2 of these per section. Now, we've got a bow going here in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 4 to start with. And I'm not going to put any out of the bow till we work on that area, guys, because it's real important. If you're in design school, you know I will teach you to do, I call it, let's merchandise around the bow. We'll do that kind of towards the end of our design, and we're going to do that same thing today. So I'm putting that one in, and we want to make sure to integrate it right in. Hey, Pamela, yes, I was gonna tag you later. Pamela has this wreath base, and she was asking, where's the video on it? And it's like, I totally had one planned, but I hadn't done it yet. So you read my mind, Pamela. And we're going to have a supply list for the completed project when we're done, guys. So if you want to make it exactly as pictured, you can. And like I said, when I start the videos and the first day they come out, we have the supplies, but I can't guarantee how long we will have them. Okay, you see how pretty that makes it? Oh my God. This is so pretty, y'all. Okay, let's layer it in, shake hands with it, and let's put this one in here. And I'm watching where I'm going. I'm going in between pieces of the grapevine. And then making sure it's in there nice and tight. And it's layered in. I'm not just putting it on top. Make sure you're kind of sandwiching it. Okay, awesome, Pamela. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you got it. All right. This is the bow zone, but I'm going to put a couple underneath. And then we'll put the bow in a second. Let's put one in underneath. So I'm going to tuck this one right under there, and I'm still going in the same direction, y'all, that I've been going the whole time, okay? You can't change. Once you commit, you're in for that way. So this is going to kind of come out. All right. And then I'm going to have one come down, then we'll put that bow in. And that still leaves us a couple. I love this green and orange. It's just, whew, that is doing it. That's pretty. Okay, this one I'm going to put a little bit lower because we can skip a little area there because the bow. We don't need to hide anything. Okay, so let me put it back the way we started so you guys can see the shape coming to life. Pamela, it comes on a grapevine base. So if you got you might have gotten the swag. I'm not sure if you got the swag, but this is the wreath base. We also have this available in the swag, but I don't know if there's any left. If you have it in the swag, that's all we've got left of them. Okay, let's come in here and let's put the bow on. See how pretty it's looking? Bow zone right here. I'm going to pop that in. And let me pull a little of this to the inside and a little to the outside so I don't just hide it all in the bow zone there. This is turning out so pretty. So let me put my bow in. I'm going to kind of come up a little higher here. And I'm going to work it into the grapevine. Or try. Here it comes. Okay, Pamela, you got 2 swags in the grapevine. Okay, perfect. Then you're good. This one we made on the grapevine base. This is not the swags today. But you could cut those swags apart too if you wanted to use them in something else. Because they're pretty cool. They got the same material on them. Okay, let's fluff this guy out and get him all positioned since he got all squashed here. Let's pull him up. So pretty. Now, let me turn it towards me for a second. I'm going to work on these tails, and then I'll get back to you guys in just a second. Because I like to layer the tails and pull them down through and tuck them in and around. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness. And then let's bring these to here. Okay. And I'm going to take now and curl up the center ribbons. And I'll turn it back around. You guys, if you're needing the supply list, if you go to Cleese.com and you click on supply list, it'll be the very first project on there. On Cleese.com. Now let's turn it around. I'm not done yet. Hey, Shauna! Okay, so this is how it's going to hang. This is the top, and that's going to hang down there. Now let this kind of overlap the bow a little. And now we're going to take our magical greeneries and we're going to pop them in around the bow. I might thin them out just a little here by pulling a few. And let's tuck them in around our bow. Make it look super cute. Take this one and just push it right up in there. Ah, yes. Right in the center. I love that. Now I'd like a little bit more kind of coming from the top here. That would be cool. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It just got that really natural look. You guys, if you're enjoying this and you want more tutorials, you want to learn more like this, we would love to have you in our design school class. It'll be opening up soon again for the fall season. So grab a spot on our wait list. Head over to CaleeseDesignSchool.com and grab a spot on it, and we'll email you when we are open again for new students. But we are about to be starting Christmas soon also, and we've been doing Halloween and fall for quite a while now, and it is so much fun to teach you guys how to do designs. Whether we're doing like hacks like this, where we're kind of taking and using a base, or we're just building it from scratch, step by step. You learn the placement, you learn how to coordinate colors, put things together, how to match those greeneries. Ah, it's so much fun. Oh, Kenitha, you got on the wait list for design school? Yay, awesome. Man, you are on the ball. Way to go. All right, I am just taking these now and just kind of doing a little, just wherever I want to see a little more pop of orange, I'm popping them in. And you can split this down to as small as you want and get as more intricate or leave it kind of clustered, whatever you like. Okay, let me get this one in and I'll give you guys all a kind of an angled look at it. And then you'll be seeing tomorrow, I'll be posting TikToks and Reels and that with the finished look when I get, hopefully it won't be raining too much tomorrow, I can get a good picture. I mean, we needed the rain, so I'm not complaining. But I can show you guys how it looks, because I think it's going to photograph really good. Such a pretty combination. Okay, fluff out that bow one more time. You can go a simple bow too, especially if you sell to people who are not a ribbon people. You could back off the loops on here, just go like a 2-1. And I think that would be really pretty also. But here she is, guys. Oh my gosh. She turned out just really pretty. Really pretty. Oh man, I love this one. It turned out so great. Really easy. We whipped that out pretty quick together. And I know you can do it too. You can do it too. All right, make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, doing all the things wherever you're watching. We appreciate you being here, and I will see you guys next time. We're live together creating something beautiful like this. Ooh, watch that tail. We want that to lay down pretty like that. And go down their door and be like, yeah. We're going to make a super simple project, of course. It's time for our simple project of the week. and we're going to be rocking out a fun pumpkin. This pumpkin is super cute, guys. It has like this mesh that's got a mossy color green on it. It's killer. That's going to be our background, and I'm going to show you how to take this kit. You're going to get the pumpkin, your filler, and your main pumpkin spray in there. All you'll need is some floral pins and your own little floral foam. And I've got my glue pot over here to the side, some glue. You can use a hot glue gun too. I prefer the glue pot. But we're going to have this kit available on the website, y'all. If you're here and you're enjoying this video and you're ready to have some fun, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, of course. And if you want a live alerts whenever new videos come out, or we have live videos or live sales, come and join us on our text list at 832-734-5201. Grab a spot on there. Just send us the word live. Okay, so this is a kit we have available in the shop, brand new. And what I'm going to do is we are going to be using this spray as filler. And this is going to be our focal point. This design's not going to have any ribbon, so we'll be working all here and making this wispy as possible. But we've got to take these big pieces and downsize them to make this piece work perfectly for your door. So we're going to take a little block of foam. This is probably like 3x3 block, and we're going to put it right in the center. It's a little thicker than I wanted, so I'm going to slice that right out of camera in half a little bit. So it's not, I took a little bit less than half. I made it it was about that thick, and I took it and made it a little thinner. So that's going to go right here. And the way I like to attach these to my base is to use floral pins. And I've got some floral pins in this little bucket here. They're a U-shaped pin. I'm throwing them everywhere, guys. They look like this. They're a U-shaped pin, okay? And what we're going to do is take and put some glue on here. And I just get a good amount of glue in my glue pot, scrape it off the edge. And then you want to just wiggle this around really good right in here, okay? Then flip it around. And anywhere you can get in there and grab the frame of the pumpkin, we're going to push them in. Now, I liked it's kind of like a chicken wire on the front. I like that kind of on the front of the design. If you didn't like it, you could flip it and let it be on the back of the design. But I've chose it this direction. And I'm not going to really add a hanger. I'm going to let the top of the pumpkin be a hanger. Okay, so I put all that on. I'm good to go. Now, if you wanted, we could put a little Spanish moss on the back. It's totally optional. All right, let's flip it around. And our base is prepped, but before we even get to go into town on that, we've got to take and trim this pick down into smaller pieces, and this too. So that's kind of the trick to this particular design, is even though you're going to get all of this in your kit, you may not be using it all. So the first thing I want to do is separate this into a couple of sections. And then I want that pumpkin on its own, okay? And I don't need the stems too long, but leave a couple of inches on there when it comes to the stem. All right, and I'm even going to take and section this out to where I get one of the leaves off here. Okay, so these are going to kind of be my background. I'm going to be using these right on either side. I'll be using that on one side and this on the other, but I've got to make both of these work for the whole design. So we're going to wait a little bit and put those in a moment. We're going to get a little bit of this filler bush on the back. So you've got to utilize each piece to make sure you're filling it out nicely. And this is a hand-wrapped stem. So when something's hand-wrapped, it's really easy to tear. So I'll just take and tear it down like that. It's kind of messy, but then it saves my hand from over-cutting. If you floral design a lot or you design to sell, you have to really watch over-cutting. I've had a couple of hand surgeries, and I don't want that to happen to you, but, you know, we've sold thousands of wreaths, and it adds up over time. Your hands will take a beating. So just trim off those ends, but this bush is still a little bit too big, but that's okay. Every floral bush can be kind of what I'm going to call dissected and brought down to smaller pieces, guys. So I'm going to take and break this into smaller sections. And as you do that, you can kind of sort them out and check if they have a ball or they have the wheat. This is just like we would do in design school when we break apart stems. We're going to utilize what we've got. I teach not to use pick machines. I try to maximize my production time so I can make things fast, efficiently, and also beautifully too. So my 25 years experience, I like to help you learn how to do this fast and easy. And y'all, if you ever want to take your wreath making to the next level, you know we'd love to have you in our design school class. It opens up twice a year, and you can grab a spot on the wait list at Calise.com. And you can also go to CaliseDesignSchool.com to grab a spot. So you can see I'm breaking these down. I've got the ones that have the balls here, the wheat here. I got one more to go. And you're just taking them at their sections, and this one's a little taller, so it's got 3 cuts on it. So I cut it right here where it makes sense, and I still am left with a stem. So if I put a little bit of thought into my cutting, it can go a lot further for me. Okay, I love the bally parts. I want to use those towards the front, and we'll plan to use the wheat towards the back. So remember, I told you we're going to layer that. That's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to take the wheat pieces, and we're just going to work left and right here. I'm going to put this one to the left, and I kind of want to come over the edge of the design. I love that. We're going to make it nice and wispy looking. We're just going to take our time. Now I'm going to take a little grass here and work to the inside. And we'll just start building out our design. We don't want it to be so full that we cover up all the pumpkin, but we want to have a nice wispy look. I'm going to push this in this side. Oh, that's looking good so far. Okay, and now I'm going to come out a couple little shorter pieces up here to the top. See, it's a little bit shorter, but I'm kind of got 3 pieces lining up. And let's go on this side. Okay, easy peasy so far. You got it. We've got 3 on each side. We got them nicely spaced out, and we've kind of got that flow going on each side. Now, grab your big pick where we have the 2 different sections. One has the fern, one has the leaves. And I'm going to take this section right here that has the 2 big silver dollar eucalyptus, and we're going to use those in the middle. So the fern's going to go on the right here. Just layer right on top the wispy ones. Beautiful. The white leaves are going on this side. We're just going to separate that out. How easy is this? This is what these projects are about. I want to get nice spacing and just make them go quick and easy for you. Now, because I've got all the white over here, no white over here, I want to mix that in and bring one of the white leaves over here. And we can tuck it, you know, behind the fern. It doesn't have to be so predominant, but I just want it over to the side. Now, I want to bring that wispy feel more to the center, so I'm going to get these pieces cut shorter so they're coming in the middle. I've got this one left. I'm going to just use this one kind of off the top a little bit. I'm going to see if I can cut them into 2 sections to make them just a little more wispy. Right in here. And you can get smaller and smaller, which is kind of the idea you want to do. Just leave you some of the firm part of the stem so you can push them in. All right, let's go to town with this. And this is just little small detail work. We're going to cut small and add them in. Now I'm going to want a little bit kind of coming down to the center also. Just a nice wispy look. Ah, perfect. You see those balls working in there? Those are so cute. So I'll trim this one off. Get these really super short on these stems, okay? Oh, there's a cute little wheat. And we want to work nice and wispy, letting it flow over. And keep getting shorter as we're going to the center. Okay, because we're going to be putting our big pumpkin in the center. And we want all these pieces kind of working their way in. I'm going to cut this one smaller. Kind of left a long stem. And then we'll have 3 little individual grasses here. It's a little tedious, but it does come together pretty quickly. Once you get everything kind of prepped, cut, and going. Oh, that looks cute. All right, let's keep working here. Towards the middle, I'm going to trim this one even shorter. We need these super short because we want them to keep decreasing in size. I love things that are wispy. I mean, it is totally my style. With the small twigs and branches. And, you know, I developed that style just surely because I had a lot of success with it. And you know how it is. When something starts doing well, you start loving it because, you know, it makes you feel good when you're selling it. And that's kind of what's happened for a lot of my design school students. They find some recipes that they do well with, and they just want to continue growing in their design styles. Okay, I'm going to trim these even shorter as we come to the middle, and then we're going to come in a second and put our pumpkin in, and then just try to kind of work around it. Oh, those grasses are so pretty. Okay, let's come up a little bit right in here. This is just so sweet and so simple. If you want, let's take this one leaf and let's just use it. I'll bring that one down. I cut this leaf off, but let's use it kind of at the top. And then we'll get nice spacing on all three of our leaves. Push it in. One at the top, one at the bottom. I'm going to push it behind the grass. Ooh, I love it. I love it so far. And here's another little ball piece. Just keep working them in, around. Now, let's go ahead and work on our focal point of getting our pumpkin in right here. And I'm going to tuck her just a little bit off to the side, and then I'm going to add those berries right next to it. So it's not exactly completely centered. She's going to go right here, off to the side, and then we're going to take this berry spray. We're going to have that come in and down. All right, so this is a kit we have available. If you let us know in the comments if you would like a link to it, we'll be happy to get it for you. Oh, that looks great. Just pop it in right there. It's so soft and sweet. And then bring these up a little bit. And now I'm going to work out this section. It's just easy and fun and sweet. And I know I'm always making big over the top pieces. This one's a little more soft and subtle. The only thing you're not going to get in the kit is the little block of foam. And I might use a little bit of Spanish moss to come in and cover any of the floral foam I can't see at the end, that I might be able to see on the edges here a little bit. But other than that, you're going to get all these floral stems and the pumpkin base in the kit. Oh, look at that. It's turning out so cute. Let me take this one and trim it just a little bit. We are almost there, guys. I know. I hope you're motivated to make one like this too. I hope you are. It is so fun. And these simple projects are also just great for shop fillers or gifts. Because anybody can find room for this guy. Well, at least in my world, I would make room. I would definitely make room. Let's put one little piece of wheat right there. And we'll make it just a little bit shorter. Let's see if I can cut that grass just a little shorter. I'm going to try to get that to come right out of the center. Right here. Go ahead, buddy. Aha! Oh my gosh, I love it! So if you need to fill in to cover any of the little foam that might be showing, just pop a little Spanish moss in there. And then you are good to go. We did it, Blue Merinos. I hope you love it. I hope you love it as much as I do. This wispy fall door hanger is ready to hang on your door right now. And we made it under 15 minutes. That's our goal for simple projects. Under 30 minutes. We're even faster tonight. Hello and good to see you. I'll try to stay out of the way so you have good view of what we're doing. It was last summer we started kind of figuring out how fun at Wreath Makers Live it was to use simple paint sticks to mount things on. This is painted green because it's left from last summer. If I could do this again and I didn't already have these ready, I probably would paint it brown. The other day when I was creating this whole thing for you guys, we had done a floating design before, but it was a little more complicated, and I decided, you know what, if we just put this in the grapevine here, we can let the float occur on this wonderful stable base. So what I did is I just kind of weave this in a little. And you know what? This is just kind of like having a swag on a wreath. So I slid this in, and then I'm going to put this at the top. But you could make this like brown where it kind of disappeared. The green's fine too. So I'm just weaving that under. So it's actually pretty stable here. I'm going to get pretty even placement up and down. It's pretty stable, but I go ahead and wire it in just for safety because I over prepare. Y'all, my history of doing craft shows for so many years and people tearing stuff up and just they would bring this up to you like this. Hello, they'll do it like this. They'll hold it by they're like, I would like this wreath, and they're holding it by the stem of the pumpkin, and you're like, ah, ah. So I panic, like I over-construct things sometimes, but it's good training anyway, so you're prepared. So I'm going to try to get that mostly to the middle. Take a look, because these are going to be showing on either side on this design. So you know what? If it looks ugly, that's going to show. So kind of try to pick the prettiest side. Now I'm going to take some 18 gauge wire, and we're just going to wire this directly to it. I also have a staple gun. I'll staple it in, and I'll staple and we'll wire it to it. This is just like overkill, but we're going to do it anyway, because I don't want anything falling apart, anybody, or sliding around, especially if you ship your pieces. I think I have the short staples. Okay, that works good. I'm going to staple one on each end. So I just did kind of a little figure 8. I'm just going to tie that off. Okay, I'm just zigzagging this. This doesn't have to be pretty or anything, because it's really not going to show. I love this stuff. I put a lot of thought in it. This isn't just me up here playing. I really put a lot of thought into this to make this really easy to describe to you, and hopefully easy for you to implement. This comes off a big sheet of foam, okay? And I'm sorry that I don't have the big sheet here, but it's a long sheet. And I literally use every inch of that sheet. And then I'm going to just take, this is a little piece we cut off, and I'm just going to cut this enough where it goes between here and here. You don't need a whole ton of this, because we're not going to have stuff flying off that high. We're going to put most everything right here in this middle zone. Okay, so let me get my knife out and we'll trim that down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to cut about 4 inches off of this one. Nothing too fancy there. We're going to put this just right in this middle zone. Okay, so we've got lots of space to attach things. This is a little thin. If you are a beginner, I would cut this a little thicker, because it's easy to break this foam if it's very thin, okay? So unless you're comfortable in knowing kind of how to put things where you don't tear this up and break it, cut this another 1/4 inch thicker, okay? Let me throw a little Gorilla Glue on here to be safe, just in case. Y'all, Gorilla Glue, I buy mine at Sam's Club. That's like a 3-pack. You do not have to get it there. You can get it at any craft store, Walmart. It's clear, it says Gorilla, it's liquid, okay? I don't like the Gorilla Glue hot glue, but I do like this one. And I use this in conjunction with the hot glue just to kind of get a more stable base. It's not necessarily that important when going to wood, but it is when we're going to metal or plastic or anything like that. I'm going to try to keep this centered, but I'll put my hanger on at the end. Now, I can't really dip this long strip, so you're going to see me just take glue and bring it to this. You'll notice I don't use a glue gun. We're going to just use a glue pot and bring the glue to our surfaces. I don't pull triggers. I've had a couple of different hand surgeries for over pulling triggers. So no triggers. You won't see me doing that. The most I'll do is cut, and I try to cut full handed if I can. Okay. So I'm going to turn this over, and then what I can do right now is hit any of this glue that's kind of exposed on the edges right here. I'm going to hit it with moss. So I'll just set it down, and it's laying flat on the table, and I'm going to hit that with moss right now so that I don't have to try to cover that up later. This is a chartreuse Spanish moss, and I'm just going to use it in little strips going along on each side, okay? And I'm not going on the side of the foam. This is just on the back. I'm just putting this on the glue while it's wet so I don't have to come back and pin or stick any of that later. I use a lot of Spanish moss. It is messy. I don't care. It's my preferred natural look. And of course, that goes really great with Boho, because why not? It's nature. We're ready to start the fun part. And in this design, we're going to start off with the drama first instead of second. A lot of times we put our greenery first, but in this design, there's not as much greenery. We're using the pampas like a greenery, okay? So this one divides easily into 2 pieces. This is super long pampas, and we want to utilize the length of it, and it's got great staggering on the stem. So sometimes when you can find great staggering like this, it's going to save you work in the long run where you're not having to cut it and re-pick it. If you've ever taken a floral design class before, you may notice Khalid doesn't use a pick machine. I'm going to make cuts so I don't waste any steps with a pick machine, okay? All right, I'm coming in with my first piece of pampas. And this is going to kind of establish my height here, about how much height I want to have. So I'm going to go like right in here. So I'm going to use the side of the foam here to push in. You want to hear a nice little crunch, then you know you're in. So this is kind of shooting off to the side. Now, if I've got a place like here that's got a big chunk of glue, because I just used a lot, and I know it's going to need to maybe show, possibly it will show, I'll just cover it with glue like I would on a redwood grapevine. Here's the other piece, and that's just going to flank right beside it. I'm going to take and cut this into 2 shorter pieces, and we're going to put them both on either side, okay, to break that up. Now on this design, what you need to know is it has a transition right in the middle. Just like on the one with the mauves and the white pumpkin, same transition zone, okay? Right in the middle. And what a transition is that's where things change direction, up and down. And beginning wreath makers or just less experienced wreath makers have a tendency to, that's the thing they have a hard time with. They kind of like, oh, I'll stick one there and I'll stick one there. But if you don't have a flow, it kind of makes your work look busy or messy. So we're going to start to establish our flow right now. This is up, so our next one will go down and we're going to work opposite. Okay? What I try to do is just show you how to easily break up the piece into sections. And then you may have to shorten it or lengthen it. It just depends where you're going in, okay? Okay, so you see the angle is going to continue from each side, okay? From right to left. All right, I'm going to come in up above here. What I've done on the top, I've done on the bottom roughly. Now remember, everything's wired and we can spread it out and space it around, okay? And get a little bit wider placement here to match. I don't have a hanger on here, so it might shift left or right, but we'll get a hanger on by the end. Let's go to our next step. We've got our pampas in. Now, one of the things we're going to use to kind of come out really long, the mint pumpkin spray that is going to be our first mint color that's going to go layer out over the boho, okay? And we're going to continue going opposite each other. So on this one, I'm going to leave it long and lanky, and we're just going to cut it right here, right below the last pumpkin. Sometimes we're going to want to pin into the foam rather than just stick it in, depending how much space we need. Now I've done what we call shake hands with these sprays, and that means make sure the leaves are facing forward, make sure the pumpkins are facing forward, and everybody's nice and spread out. So this looks really pretty laying right on top of the pampas. It needs to be shorter, so you need to be coming down. Let me show you guys what these are. If you're new, you may not know this is a floral pin. They're a little hard to see on camera, but it's a metal U-shaped pin. We're going to use that into the foam. The pins are a little bit longer than the foam, so I'll use them at an angle. You do need glue on that pin. We're going to get it in. I'm going to try to get my spacing right. I want it a little bit down. I want that same angle. Now we're going to pin at an angle to the foam. Just this one pin is not going to be enough because somebody could pull it and it will come right out. So that's just the start. It's going to hold it for a second. And now I'm going to come up here at one of the intersections where I've got a U right here, and we're going to pin down into it too. So I've got, you know, something to hold it also. Because I told you, those shoppers are going to come up with it, holding it by that little stem. And I'm going to have a panic attack. Okay, so we've got that flying up. We're going to do the same thing flying down. We're keeping them opposite. Let's shake hands again. Get everybody facing front and beautiful, looking pretty. Bringing them all forward. And I basically want pretty similar spacing. And we want to kind of start to get tighter to the center as we work back. So these should overlap slightly, okay? So I'll cut that in about the same placement. And we'll be pinning those in too. Okay, let me bring this over just a little bit. And you can adjust your space because the wire can bend, okay? Looks good. Let's pin this one in. Let's get this one in. All right, I'm gonna bring it in right here. Hold the first one in. Okay, and then I'm gonna need another one up here to keep this from falling. Look at the drama. Ooh, yes. Next up is sunflowers. We're going to use these gorgeous sunflowers. Now, I'm always on the fence about keeping the leaves on. We're going to leave them on right now. I may take them off though, okay? The reason is, guys, the more leaves you have on the stems that are going on, that are going in the project, they kind of fight with the other greenery and things. So sometimes you'll see me pull the leaves off. We're going to have one of these kind of popping right above, right up here. Oh my God, so pretty. Number one, sunflower going up, smiling, looking pretty. Make sure you get a good curve on that stem. We want it popping out at your face, okay? One of the keys to making designs like I do, and maybe they're not for everybody, but I am big into depth, okay? Because if you sell your pieces, you can get more money for things with depth, and they just look more engaging when you look at them. So look how far that sunflower comes forward, okay? Think about it, okay? Pretty. So this is over to the side, this is up high. Okay, next sunflower's coming down right here. We're going to have two sunflowers on the top and on the bottom. This is fairly matchy-matchy to some extent. And we're going to trip you up at the end. Well, that's the plan, unless I go off course. I'm going to take two leaves off and leave one on. Okay, isn't the mint pretty? It is so pretty. And this is what really just, it's got this, I don't know what you want to call it, it's like a watercolor type look. It's so fun. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit shorter, tucked in a little bit. I want it a little bit lower, right in here, okay? It is so pretty. It's like a green and mint. Actually, I had to lose the leaf because I needed it so short. I had to cut below the leaf, okay? So no leaf on that one. Isn't it pretty? It has a little touch of green, but it just mixes so well with that mint. And I'm pushing into the foam. I want to hear a nice crunch. Make sure it's going in and you're not just getting the edge of the foam. Go in. Okay, so high and low. Now we're going to repeat this below, low, and high. Okay, so opposite, opposite. All right, everybody got that one? We're going to work opposite on the bottom part. Y'all, I better see floating wreaths breaking the internet. These are so stinking pretty. Let's come on down. I'm going to pull a couple leaves off. And we can probably leave one leaf. Okay, so I'm going opposite, so this will be a little bit longer. I want to just bring it up here and play with it. Okay, I'm happy with that, so that means I need to cut it right about here. So you're going to have to hold it up to your piece and kind of get an idea. Because I want it to swoop out, I got to cut it a little bit longer because I need to make that little bit of a bend in it. Opposite, so now we're going to come across. We're going to work opposite, and this will be shorter, right in here, tucked into our pumpkins. Okay, now you can spread out these pumpkins, but I'm kind of keeping them on this side because we've got another little pumpkin we'll be tucking in the middle a little bit, okay? Sunflower number 4, cutting it short. Losing the leaf. No leaf on this one. Okay, open that head up a little bit, just getting in there and pushing it back. Give it a nice curve, and now I'm going to tuck in here, opposite. Oh my God, it's so pretty. I'm just getting so excited. So you can see we made this little pocket in here, and it's very clear where the transition is right now. You're kind of looking at an angle right now, but this, if we need to, we'll be filling in here, okay? So pretty. Let me bring this one over just a little bit to get that angle just a little bit more matching. Okay, I like that these are not straight facing forward. They're kind of out. Big Beautiful is still a B. And it's very chunky, but I like it. It doesn't really shed. Really nice. It's artificial, like all the other cool stuff. And I want to use this kind of just tucked in here right by Mr. Sunflower, either here or I can run it on the outside. Either way, I kind of like it up the middle. I like it up the middle. So I'm going to cut this a little shorter, about 4-inch stem. And then we're going to start to lay these in. Now, I was thinking we would do this a little asymmetrical, where we would use maybe 1 on the top and 2 on the bottom, just to kind of throw it off a little so it's not quite so matchy. So I think that would be fun. So let's run the first one right in here. Let's get this in and put it on in. I went ahead and I'm going to try to put this one into the foam. If we need to, though, we can always take and pin it. No, it's going in good. So it's going to shoot right in here, right behind that pumpkin. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. I mean, the sunflower. Okay, now let's bring this up. I'm going to come in the bottom. Now I'm going to put two. We're going to use one opposite, okay, right in here, going opposite that. But it's going to be tighter to the center. So that'll be our first piece. So I'll take and just cut this really short. The best time to try this is fall because it just lends itself to the textures of the season, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just an easy transition. Now I think we'll have a little more difficulty trying to get this look, to pull off this look in winter or Christmas mainly. But you know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we'll try a little bit too. Now here's my third one. This is where we're going to do our triangle. 1, 2. So the third one needs to come down here, probably behind the pumpkins or a little bit longer. Something like this, or we can make it shorter. So I'm going to start by cutting it right here. So I'm looking at my lines here. 1, 2, 3. I need to decide how far I want it back, or if I want it down, or do I want it up tight right there? Okay, so we can play with all three. Let me bring it down a little. Gosh, this is so pretty. The other option is I put it up high where it comes out the top of the transition point. You can see I'm still making a triangle. So I'm going to leave that up to you, what you like best on your piece. I kind of like this coming up here. So it's a little bit more opposite than this, but I'm still getting a triangle. Okay? So we're going to pin it in right here where it just goes right underneath. You guys, have fun with yours. Try it whichever way you want. This one was kind of calling to me right here. So I'm going to try to push this into the side of the foam and just get that going up right there. Really pretty. And you can give these a little more motion forward, whatever you want to do to space it out. I need to get a little moss on that. Now we're ready to put our main piece in the middle, which is a velvet pumpkin. And the nice thing about this dude is he's going to cover up all of this area. Oh my gosh. And I just love this little pocket we made for him. Once he's in, we're going to pop in a couple little bit of pumpkins around him and just kind of make this a nice tight cluster in the middle. So here I'm taking a pin and I'm just taking and pushing it through a couple of pieces of the velvet here. Oh, it's not velvet. What is this? Yeah, velvet, I guess. Okay, so I pinned it through. It's a U-pin going through the velvet. And I'm going to get my first pin in, and I like to pay attention to the stem when I'm putting pumpkins in. Okay? I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to put the first one in. I'm getting glue on it. And I like my stem kind of kicking out. And we'll push that into the foam. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect right there. It's just snuggled up right in there. Look how cute that is. Okay, now tucking in around that, I got a couple of smaller velvet pumpkins with some pretty leaves. And we're going to use those to kind of cover up all the mechanics and just pop in right here beside the still beef. So I'm going to put this one in right here low. Okay, let's push that one in. And this one has some cute little berries. I'm going to use that in there. Just tuck it in. And we want to use the leaves to soften it up. Look how pretty. All right, now let's go on the top. And let's put this one in. This is another one. And we're going to just kind of go a little bit opposite right here. Not too matchy-matchy, but right in here. Tucking it in right here. A little bit behind at a little bit of an angle. Okay, and I'm going to try to get it a little bit further back. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I'm loving it. You guys see it? Look at, ah, so pretty. I need to pin this one in, okay? I did not pin it in yet. So on this one, the idea was to get that center tight instead of one big pumpkin, using several. So I'm putting glue on my floral pins, and then I'm making sure I'm grabbing it in a couple of places, not just one, or it will pull out. You need one through the stem and one over the main stem. I just hope you're trying some of these just different things than we normally, this is just so different than we normally do, and we're trying different styles, different techniques, just to kind of, you know, come out of our comfort zone. All right, now I want to come in the center here and just add just a little bit of berries. These are white berries, and I'm going to use them in here to soften and just break the plane a little bit of all these hard lines of the pumpkins, okay? Because we have that foam behind, I'm going to tear this and keep these really long. When you do that, you're going to get lots of little pieces right here with long stems, and we can make this really work to our advantage. I'm hoping just to use one stem of this to really make this pretty. Y'all know we're going to have to make more of this gorgeous, pretty color in design school. Oh, so pretty. All right, let's start right here. Remember your transition points. So if we're going down here, we got to be going down with the berries too. They're not going to shoot out. They're going to work down. We're just going to start to soften this all around the center. Okay, let's come in here. Cream. I've got 1, 2. Let's put one more on that side. I'm going to try to get this up a little bit and this out. Okay. Let me put just a little bit more here kind of coming out. I'm going to go a little bit higher. Okay, so it looks like it's cascading. I'm just trying to fill in this gap between here and here. We've got everything ready to release to you guys as soon as we're done. And then tonight's project will also have a supply list, okay? All right, let's go to the other side and we'll keep adding just little bits of berries in there. This is called detail work. We use a little detail work. It takes a little time, but we use this to add, once again, the little bit of texture and breaking the plane between the two, the hard lines of the pumpkin and the sunflower. So I'm at the transition, so now this goes up, okay? Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna try to put one more like right here, coming up. And on these, I'm just filling in, kind of bridging the gap between the lines of the pumpkins and then coming over to the cream pampas here. Just kind of going in between with all of these. Definitely not symmetrical, just whimsical and fun. The main thing you got to think about when you're doing this, you want to stay with those transition points, okay? And then I really say there's no rules except for that. Okay, let me take a step back and look at it. Oh, I want to tuck this in just a little bit more. All right, and I need a little more. I've got a hole right here, so I'm going to put a couple more in there. You know, I think it's turned out really lovely, so different. I just can't wait to see how this style goes for reselling. I'm excited about it. But I think it's really attractive visually, so I don't think we have to worry about it selling. It really looks good. Okay, I've got a nice cluster there. 1, 2, 2, 1. I think maybe let's have one more go down. Right here down. Just to bring that little bit of berry line down. Well, we needed something to soften all the pumpkins. You could have done it with the greenery also. That turned out so pretty. I love to work with pre-made bases when I can, especially if I'm on a crunch and I need to be stocking my Etsy store quickly. And this one comes on a called Angel Vine base. And I love that all these florals are ready to go and easy to work with. On another video, we've showed you how to hand tie the bow we're going to be using on this. But with these 2 ribbons, we're going to add a little bit of a tail into this design too. Another thing that we're going to be using today is some gorgeous pampas grass. So we're going to get started by creating our base first. The hanger's built in, and you can see the nice angel vine base. It's super easy to work with, really quickly to build up your design. What I like to do is I do like to use the bow in the top region, but I want it to be a little bit not at the tippy top. Like I like to have florals above it. So I use a matching pick. This is more of a spray. It's a little bit longer. It's got the same florals, and I'm going to shake hands with it just like we have to do with everything we use in design school. When I'm teaching our class every week, we talk about manipulating the florals because we want to make sure that you're paying for nice, good quality. You want to make sure you manipulate it to make it look really good. Here, I'm going to take and cut it down enough to where it can still get into the base, but we don't need all this extra stem. Probably about a 7 or 8 inch stem. Cut this off, and then we'll see if we can go ahead and work it in and go right here at the top. You know, building inventory for your shops. Now that one's in where I like that spacing. You see I left a little area in here. We would call that the bow zone, right in the middle. We leave that open so we have some space for that bow to go into, and she can sit in the design rather than just going on top. We do both, but in this case we're gonna let her sit in. I think I'm gonna use a combo of glue and cable tie. So let's get a little glue on the stem and put her in. Kind of do that a lot. Like if I feel like the glue is gonna hold, we just go with glue, but I think sometimes the combination is just perfect because I want to be able to control her a little bit more. So I'm going to go right here. She's got a hanger behind. I'm just going to tie her back to her hanger a little bit with the cable tie. Now when you tie onto a hanger, you have to think about, if I sell this, when I sell this to my customer, they're going to easily still be able to hang it straight off that hanger. So make sure where you're putting the cable tie doesn't disrupt that. Now I'm doing that to kind of pull this back a little. There we go. And we won't be able to see it. I used a brown cable tie, so it's totally hidden in there. And now I've got the glue holding it, but also I've got that back up the cable tie. I like both. This particular leaf, I think I'm gonna try to bend over a little bit and come over this way because I'm trying to keep the bow zone open. Now we're not going to put the bow into the end, but I want to start working on our pampas. It's a beautiful fall swag, but we're going to take it to the next level. Take your pampas, we're going to use those wires we talked about and kind of spread this all out. Give it some dimension. You can see I'm trying not to make it flat like a big feather, like a headdress or something. I want to have them like a little bit more movement. And we're going to put our first piece in, going over here to the right, and this one can reach the grapevine base, or the angel vine base. So I'm going to just, I don't even need to trim it or anything. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a swirl in the glue. We're going to have this one kind of come off to the right. Now, it's glued into the base fine. I want you to take and manipulate it a little in. I want to see it work around the pumpkins. So a couple of pieces will come up. Remember the bow will be here, but that will be pretty. Now, I like to teach not matching on the midline a lot of times on a design. Like we want to stagger one higher and lower. That seems to look more natural. So I'm going to go up a little bit this way, where this piece will go a little higher. So this one's lower, this one's higher. Now it can't reach the grapevine in the background, so I'm going to attach it with cable tie. So remember we attached this stem to the back. That works great because now we can just go right on it. Super stable. Use your cable tie. Put it on nice and tight. It's right there. All of that mechanics will be hidden by the bow in a little bit. So one of those will work. Shape this out a little bit in the foreground. And we're going to mix that in. And that's a trick we're always working on with design school because it helps you have a higher perceived value when you get ready to sell your work. Okay, so the top's done. Looking good. Let's do the bottom. We have high and low, and then we have to shift direction. That's called a transition point. And when you learn how to floral design, there is transition points that occur all the time. So we've got one right here. So we're going to shift directions and start to work these in opposite each other, kind of working down the base. So I need to trim it down a little. It's a little bit long. I'm going to take a couple inches off, and we're going to work with this one on that side first. Okay, so I'm going to work away from me a bit. I'll give that a swirl. And we have 3 pieces here to work down this entire base. So I'm going to push this in. I want to feel it go into the angel vine really good. And that's just what the base is made of. And then I want you to take and utilize these wires. So some will go to the front, some will go to the back. I want to bring some greenery up. So you can see how we're already, like, we're upscaling this big time with just these simple, beautiful pampas that we're putting in. All right, so our next piece will come down a little. It's going to work opposite this one a little bit down. And I'm still shaping it right up. And swirl it in my glue pot, and we'll put it right in just a little bit lower. So we get nice spacing, nice placement. I'm going to work that in right under the sunflower and just push it in. Okay, and spread those beautiful wires out. I mean, that's why we're not buying this stuff from big box stores. When we're buying good quality florals, it's going to be quite a different quality, and your manipulation ability of it is going to be next level. And then our last piece is going to kind of come on the other side, And this time I'm going to take and I am going to cut them down even shorter. So a little bitty stem. And then we're going to put this one in on the other side, kind of coming down to the middle. All right, so I'm just going to take and hold them all in because it's shorter. I don't want to get it in my glue. Well, that's a great way to get burned, having that in the glue. We don't want that. This comes in over here, and then I want to manipulate those berries on top, some of this underneath. So the advantage of starting with a pre-made base is you can see how quickly we can pull this together, and I can start to work on all the techniques and mechanics I'm learning. But see how beautiful she is? And we're not even done yet. Now I'm going to come up here. She's going to go in that bow zone we were talking about. I'm going to pop it right into here. And I'm going to get her nice and tight. But even if you're not looking to make and sell or anything like that, and you just want to make some pieces for your home, these are easy to complete and do, and they're fast. But they're not like anything you're going to see anywhere else. I work really hard to have products that are different, styles that are still trending but a little bit different, so you can feel like you've got something special for your home. Or you can make these as a gift for a Thanksgiving party you're going to, because these can stay up all season. So as I'm putting that bow in, I'm kind of manipulating my cute little leaves around, and I like those tails going up and down. Isn't that gorgeous? She is so pretty with all her pampas and her sunflowers, and then this is that really cool silver dollar eucalyptus with the red. That's always so popular. Beautiful. It's up to you if you want to do this next section, but I thought it'd be fun to give a tail coming out the bottom, kind of weaving in as we went down. You don't have to, but I think we're going to do that to add a little pizzazz. You're going to grab your rolls of ribbon and just decide, okay, how much do I want coming out? You know, how big is my door? Would I like a couple of tails coming out either side? You can do that. Or we're just going to do one really pretty tail kind of curling out the middle. So I'm going to do it about, let's do it about 12 inches long, maybe 16. Let's go 16, a little bit longer. So that's going to be my tail, all right? We can put these aside. You're still going to have some more ribbon to play with. So you can make yourself, you know, some bows to go on your mailbox or at your front door. Now I'm going to go ahead and dovetail both of these so we get a nice little finished look on the ends of them. We pop this in our swag. And then when you just want to make like a little additional tail to go in something, all you have to do is kind of pleat it up like this. And then you can just take and cable tie this right into your piece, okay? Or you can take and tie it, use a cable tie and tie it to one of the little pieces of the wires we cut. That might be easier to get in and all around this. So this is like one of the pieces of the wires we cut. Just take that, cable tie it to it. And all of a sudden you've got like a little section of ribbon on a piece of wire. It didn't cost you any extra. You already had the rolls. You already had the piece left. Trim this tail off, this side off. All right, so it looks like this. Okay. Now, I like to put a little glue here because I'm always trying to make things that can hold the test of customers. That comes from 18 years of craft shows and learning that people are going to grab stuff and they don't understand how it could be fragile. So for me, I think this would go in cute right about here, kind of coming down. So I'm going to cut it a little shorter. It's a little bit longer than we need, but better be longer than too short, right? Then we'd have to take it apart and do it again. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick that in the glue pot, get some glue on it. And let's just tuck her in that pumpkin, underneath this pumpkin right here, and push her into that angel vine. You should feel it go in nice and tight. Beautiful. And that little tail can just kind of work its way out, coming down to the side. And if you want to have more or less of those, you can take and kind of give it a little motion. It has wire in it, so you can wiggle it just like that. Isn't that fun? It's super cute, guys. So Bloomerinos, you can try this type of design and play with it. I hope this inspires you to make something beautiful for your home this fall. Hey Bloomerinos, we're excited to play with our fun pumpkin base. This one is dimensional. It's got this cool curve to it, which just makes it look so much more realistic and fun. And I, of course, love that. And you can see our florals we have over here to the right. We're going to be using all blue and orange and kind of pick up the background color that's in this one. Striking. It's going to look so great on your front door. So I'm going to take you step by step how to make it. We are going to be making a bow too, and there'll be another video for the bow so you can get access to that as well. This is floral foam. We're going to use a bit of that up here. That's how we're going to attach all these fun florals. So I've got like a 3x3 block. It's about 2 inches deep, and I am putting that over here in my electric skillet, getting some glue on it as you see, and then I'm going to scrape that off to some extent. I want to leave a good coating, like a nice brownie icing, but not too much. Now remember, this is hot glue. It still can burn you. It's dangerous, so I want to be very careful. I'm going to put that right here to the top of my pumpkin, and then I use these little wire pins. They're called U-pins or floral pins, and we're going to put those in here to help secure this. So you need these as a backup. The glue is great, but you need these grabbing the wire frame of the pumpkin, so you're going to see me grab that just for security. I'm always making my things to sell, and I love to teach you how to sell as well, but you need to know how to make things that hold up well. So when I'm teaching you from experience. We don't want them falling apart, okay? Over the long haul, we want them staying together nicely. So I'm going to put, let's just 3 of these pins in. And you might want to flip it over and get a couple more from the back. Let's do 4. The more the better, so it stays in there securely. And it doesn't pop off. Look at this. This is fantastic. Boom. Okay, they're in. Now, our florals we're working with today are going to be this gorgeous peony that's a really beautiful blue. We've got some pumpkin spray. This is just a really fun spray. They're very whimsical on there. A blue filler, and then a orange and cream filler. So that's our whole mix. For this design, I really want one side to cascade down more and a smaller amount on the other side. So in order to achieve some balance, we're going to start off with these pumpkins first and kind of set what we want to be the dramatic part of the design. So I know I want these kind of coming off to the side, so I'm going to grab my wire cutters over here, and we're going to take off one section in this part right here. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit and then cut it, and we'll keep this for another part of the design. I'm going to use that somewhere else. We're going to pull that off, but I want these 2 pieces to kind of get the party started over here, and you'll notice one's a little longer than the other, but I can use their very long wire and attach them to my foam, no problem up here. Okay, so one's kind of going out to the side, one's going out to this middle. Now, it's important that you kind of think about where these pieces are going. This is how I teach guys in design school. I want you to know it's important for your depth, your dimension, your movement of your design to think about how far am I going to go out. And we call that setting the perimeter in design school, and we usually do that with greenery. But today we're going to kind of start it off with pumpkins because they're long and lush, and they're kind of our fun part of this. So I'm going to take and pin this into the top of the foam. So you don't always have to poke into the foam. You can use floral pins and pin things in. So I'm going to do that right here and pin these in. You got to use glue to hold them, okay? So we'll get a couple of pieces in to hold that nice and tight. And I'm going to put them on the bottom. Right here. Oh my gosh, look at that. So awesome. Okay, let me put this one in here. I got a couple pieces and he's in. All right, now we're going to build on top of that. And I am going to start off with these peonies. They're going to fill up some territory in here. Now, I do not want to use their greenery because I've got my other greenery picked out. So anytime you want to save that greenery for another project, you just push it down on your bush, just like this. And listen, I can come back to that anytime if I want that greenery for something else. But I want to cut these stems as long as they'll let me. So just push those leaves down and trim them. Because we need some length for this one we're doing right now. Because I told you we're going to make a kind of a cascade. So I'm going to start it with these. So let's take one of these and give it some movement that way. Since we're kind of going on that type of curve, give it a curve to match that. And let's put that one in. Everything needs to go in the glue before it goes to the foam or it won't stay, okay? So our first piece is going in. Now let's have one that's a little bit longer. Now to get down here, I can't go into the foam, but I can go into the base of the pumpkin where these, like the indentations in the pumpkin are. I can push right into there. Oh, so perfect. That one can go there. I'm gonna have him curve that way too. Everybody's gonna curve back. Now my third one's gonna come up here a little bit right into this zone. So we get a pretty one curved in there. Oh, perfect. All right, so we've kind of set our perimeter with pumpkins and flowers to start us off. See how pretty already? I'm telling you, this is going to be pretty. Now, let's take our other pumpkins
And we know we want those to be on the other side. We want to kind of balance it out a little bit. So I'm going to take these, and these need to be shorter because we want that side to be long and this side to be short. We're going to take these, grab them, and push them in my left side of my foam and get them started, okay? Add a little balance. I also have to think about the weight of a design. I can't have too much heaviness without some over here, but we're going to kind of trick the eye by letting this go down longer and this be a little shorter. So now let's take these two pieces and have them, one come in to the center tight like right here, a little bit higher than this one so they're not at the same level. We'll pop that one in. You guys, if you enjoy the way I'm teaching here and this design, we'd love to have you in design school. We teach you how to make floral designs, the fundamentals of what we're doing. Of course, we have the step-by-step for every project, and we have supply list discounts for our students on our supplies. But you also get the mentorship of Klee and her team, and also you get fabulous community of other designers who are doing the same things that we're doing here. And that is super valuable because they can help too for you to learn how to do these things step by step. Now you can see it, we've set a great foundation, haven't we? We set our perimeter with our pumpkins. We came back with our focal pieces of our beautiful blue peonies. And we may not use all these, and that's okay. Those could be for another project. But I'm ready to get some of our filler flowers in here to add that softness. We're gonna start with our blue bush. This has the beautiful greens and blues. It is a gorgeous bush. And we're gonna start off by pulling these two clusters down. And I'm gonna leave that main stem long because I want something long to reach way down there. So pull that out and you're gonna have some nice smaller pieces to put in a second. All right, but let's focus on getting this one down into the action down there. So let me lay this down into the pumpkins and the peonies. Ooh, that would be a perfect length. So I'm just going to trim it right here and just pull off any of that paper, and we'll hide the rest here with all of our fun stuff coming in. All right, and I'm going to put this in. I'm going to try to put it under my other stem since some of the paper came off, and that way I can hide it. Ooh, perfect. Where there's a will, there's a way, guys. Bring this around. I want that peony to stay right where it's at, and we'll put that blue around it. Beautiful. Now let's have a little bit shorter in there. And I'm going to use these pieces right here. Now that did come unwrapped a little with the paper, but you don't worry about that. Just take one of your wires, wrap up your cluster, and then just cut it even, okay? Where it's all nice and even stems. I'm going to cut that over the trash so that they go into the trash. You see how the nice cut I got? Now I'm going to take and put that into my glue pot. And we're going to put that right in here close to the front and let this just kind of come out. Oh, pretty. So we've got some of the greenery here kind of tucking into the base. I love that. Now we need some of that blue on this side. So we've got all of this left. That one spray had quite a bit on it. I love those. So many different fun textures. Now I'm going to pull, if you ever see something like this on a stem, it's just a support piece from the mold. You just pull that off. If it's like a little pokey thing, sometimes those are left, especially on these fern pieces, you'll see them. Same thing, twist that around, make your own little cluster, and then trim it off. Easy. All right, let's come over here to the side, and I'm gonna get it in the glue, and this is gonna come through these pumpkins right here, and really soften that up, come down and around. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. Now, before we put anything else in, we're ready to put our bow in now. So I know you're excited about that. The bow is going to go in, and then we'll fill in with the orange. So our bow we made is super cute. We have the video for you guys to learn how to make this. Look how cute this is. Isn't it great? And this is going to go right here, just dead center in the middle. Oh my gosh. This formal look of this bow goes great with this traditional design where we've got it lower and higher. It just works excellent. So I'm going to take and tie this cable tie in the back. We're going to put that onto a floral pin because we're going into foam here. So we'll be able to push this pin right into the foam. So I'm going to put that really tight, trim it off, and now we're ready to put that right in. And I'm going to go a little bit lower instead of higher. I'm going to go a little bit lower on the foam because we're going to still put floral and stuff here at the top. Oh gosh, this is a perfect bow for this design. Turned out great. Now let me get some glue on that pin. Just bring it right to my pin and we'll put it in. I'm going low on the foam like we talked about. right in the middle. We're going to shape that out. Bring some of those tails below and above. You want both. Cutie patootie. Look at her shine. She is shining. So now let's grab some of our orange florals and we're going to add in these for dimensions. So I just take and tear this bush down also, and we'll do that and we'll get several clusters here. And then I'm going to trim all those off so they're nice and neat. And we could use these throughout the design. I left that one piece longer. You know why, because we need to get down here to the longer party, where the longer part is happening. So on this side, we're staying long and low. So I'm going to take and put some glue on it. And we're going to pop it in down here so she can shine all over here. She's going to kind of run to the outside a little bit, but we're going to take and bring that peony right through her. Isn't that perfect? Oh gosh, so beautiful. Now I'm going to work on the other side. And we'll have another piece just kind of matching where we put that. Once again, we're shaking hands just like we do in design school. We are manipulating all the pieces right in here. And we're going to have this come out to this side, and I'm just going to bring that peony right in front, tuck that. And then let's have a little bit of orange kind of come out in the front. Let me grab our longer piece here. This one can run out the front of the bow, maybe to the left this time. How about a little pop of orange on the left? Now you're going to be adding pieces. Oh gosh, that's perfect. Adding pieces in here to the bow still. So don't worry about that. That's not all covered because we've got to add all this. Now this little piece of grass is a little too long for the bow. So we use this over on the right side where we've got a little bit more going on. So I'll put some more in here. That's perfect. Now we've got these fun little blue sprays that we're going to put into the center. And I'm going to cut these shorter because we want these to work in right up here by the bow. And I love to have one low and one high. So let's put a high one here. Oh gosh, that is perfect coming out of the bow. Let's do a low one right in the middle. You can even cut it shorter because it's going really tight to the bow. We'll get some glue on that. This is a striking pumpkin. By the time we're done with it, it's going to look good. Let me get this wire in here to the glue. There we go. Perfect. And just tuck that right into the top of the bow coming out. Fluff it up. We have a little bit of orange left and a little bit of fern, so don't let any of this go to waste. Put it right in to the top in here because we want to really make this look wispy around the bow. If you get a glue string, just grab it off there. Try to eliminate them from the beginning by going around your bamboo stick or your dowel rod that stays in your glue pot. I like that because it keeps the glue strings to a minimum. But don't forget to take that off because it could potentially cause a fire hazard. So don't turn off that glue pot if you're not working with it. Make sure you're turning it off for safety. Look how pretty this is as we tuck all in. Now if you have any little gaps where potentially my customer could see the foam in the background, I will cover that with Spanish moss, okay? But look how this just came together. These last few pieces really tied the bow in, and I love it. It's turning out so cute. I want to put those little ferns there right in top of this. Look how cute it is. So you can see all our supplies here. And this one we've got for you, we're going to use this lush velvet pumpkin with some Harlequin, some beautiful berries, and of course the best greenery that's got a mix of that rustic with the green and kind of like fall is coming. I love that combo. So we're going to work and put this design together. I think you're going to love it. So let's start off with our greenery. We're going to use it first. I love it when there's a good greenery because that means we're going to start with the greatest base. With this one, we're going to start off by just pulling these off the bush. Hey, you little moss jumper. And we're going to work with an 18-inch wreath base on here because I want this one to be big and bold. And we'll take these and just trim them off. You don't have to keep a long stem on them, just a good size. And we're going to pull all
of these off, y'all. And while we're cutting these off, I think we should have a little story time. Y'all, this season we've learned so much as we're coming into the new school year, and Kaya's getting older and the new school year is starting. And we had a lot of personalities on our volleyball team this year. So she quickly got to learn how to be diplomatic and how to basically deal with difficult personalities who are put in leadership roles. And sometimes that's hard, you know, when you want to get great feedback from them, but you don't, but they're put in the leadership role. So, you know, sometimes I learn even from my 14-year-old how to have you know, patience and compassion in different situations, and really work towards dealing with that. So don't underestimate what you can learn from a kiddo, ever, or a friend, or another family member. You never know what kind of patience they're having to have to deal with in that situation. Now, I cut this all up, and we're going to make some little clusters with it and get some good distribution on our wreath base. So I just kind of got it all here, and I'm going to do a C-shaped design. So that means that I'll have florals cascading up and down as we go around this base. So let's put our greenery in first. All right, we got our first piece in. Now, whenever I'm putting this in, I also am going to support it with a little bit of Spanish moss and around that glue. I love doing that. My design school students are going to tell you, Clee loves moss, and it's true. I do. I love moss, and it helps stabilize my pieces in here. It always does. And you don't need a lot, just a little every time you put it in. Okay, I got my first 3 in. Now I'm going to work my way down. Kind of work beside that. Have you guys been to see any new movies lately? The neat thing about the summer is there's always new movies coming out. The summer blockbuster season. You have to tell me what you've enjoyed the most if you've been to any. So when we're not traveling to do volleyball, I am all keen to know what is good in the theater. Okay, you see that? It's looking pretty good. Let's get a close-up. Yeah? What do you think? Pretty cool, all that dimension. That's just a few pieces in. All right, let's keep working on the bottom part. And if you want, you can take the longer pieces, kind of use them where they're going to come off more. You may hear it rocking and rolling. The rain is coming, which my garden always never complains about the rain. It loves that rain. Yeah, in design school, we've been just rocking out the fall. I love that. We started that earlier in the season, and I love that we're getting ahead and just having so much fun with different color combos. And this wreath is really special because we are going to use it to transition from fall to Halloween, or if you wanted to go Halloween to fall, you could do that too. Don't forget, when you're putting these in, you're always going into the grapevine. We're not going to the back, we're sticking it in. So it's got more than the glue holding it. It's got the tension from the friction being created by all the different you know, swirls of the grapevine coming in here too. And that really helps it hold together nice. Okay, we've got a good shape going. Let's go a little bit more. I love this. So far, so good. And we'll be filling in with some more greenery in a little bit. I just want to get a nice foundation. In our design school class, we call that first step creating a perimeter, and we're kind of doing the same thing here. We're creating a perimeter to where our design is going to go inside the boundaries of this greenery. I think I'd like to go a little further around the bend up over there, but let's close up again. Look. Oh. See it? See all the angles? Yeah. It's going good so far. So let's come in a little bit higher. And I'm going to bring one piece in up here. Really getting that in. Build that. Let's put that between there. Yes. This greenery is one of those it's very plasticky, but they just do a great job painting it. That I love using it. And it has that little bit of brown, that little bit of light green, like the weather's cooled off a little bit, and those sugars in those leaves are making those colors change. It's kind of fun. It's so fun. I like that because we want this to be a fall to Halloween design. I want it to feel like, oh, things are changing. You know, something wicked this way comes. Oh. Time to get a little creepy, a little scary. I'm gonna go a little longer right here. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good. Now I've got some pieces left because we'll want to put some more greenery and fullness in once we get our pumpkins and our berries in. But I think we got it. So guess what? Next step, grab your pumpkins. Your pumpkins are going in next. With these stems, they're already kind of separated into 3 great little sections. So I don't have to cut them down too much to make things happen. But I do want to kind of control the length of my placement. So I'm going to take, and I am going to leave these 2 bottoms together, and we're going to cut off the top one. So I'm going to cut that one, and then cut off this one right here. And you can see I'm getting right into that little section right there to cut it. Maybe I am. Psych! There we go. So there are these, okay? So you got 2 and you got 1. We're going to do that with all 3 stems. I love these. I love things that aren't curly stems. So I'm going to take my stem and we'll trim it here with just kind of about a 4-inch stem. And then I'm going to come in here, cut that. And there we got our 2 sections again. Yep, we're doing it 3 times. 3 times, 3 times. Here comes our 3rd one. Cut that top one off and cut these bottom ones off. So there they are, all right? Now it's time to go ahead and put these in here. And I'm going to start off with one that has the 2 stems together. We're going to kind of put that into this section right in here, okay? So let's take it, just hold it. And in design school, I teach them just to use the pencil method, hold it like a pencil, swirl it in the glue. Y'all, I told you we're going to get a thunderstorm, you hear it? It's the best time to be crafting with you. When it's about to rain. All right, let's go right in here, and I'm just pushing that in the grapevine. You see one's a little higher, one's a little lower. I love that. Now come in with your moss, and I'm going to go over that glue. Can you see that glue right there? There's glue right there. And I'm going to take my little moss ball, and we're going to go right over it. And guess what? That hides that whole little gluey part and looks very neat and clean, okay? Now my next piece, I'm going to go up a little higher and out with my next stem, okay? That's going to be one of the single ones. And I think it would be fun if she kind of came down a little bit. If she had a little movement to her. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some little glue on there. And when I'm getting glue in the glue pot, I'm getting it. I got to get it goopy. I got to get a little goopy. See my goopiness? You see it? Oh, it's very goopy. Thick, but not dripping. Sometimes you'll see me spinning it around. That's why. Because I don't want it to drip. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Coming down, coming down. I love that. All right. Mossy, mossy, mossy. Mossy, not bossy. Okay, I'm coming in. Separating. Oh, thunder. Thunder again. Beautiful. All right. Let's kind of matchy-matchy this up here with what's down here. Okay? So grab your next stem. Here's my single one. So I'd love for that to kind of come up here and kiss this. Like, give it a little kiss, give it a little kiss. We'll come up and just come on in and match it. Right in here. Okay. Once again, we've got to have some moss in there. Because we got our little bit of glue, I'm going to roll this into a small little ball. And then I'm just going to bring that right into it to hide all of that. See it? Now it's just all like, I call that a glue moss sandwich. It's going to hold in there nicely. You're not going to see any crumbs. No crumbs. No crumbs. We're going to eat this up. Okay. I mean, usually I call everything juicy, but now we're eating stuff up, y'all. Okay, now I'm going to go up a little bit above, and these are going to come down here, right? So cascading a little bit down with this section. Now we're talking. Things are coming together. Things are coming together. If you guys mix this great greenery with the great coloration on these pumpkins, you're going to make a gorgeous piece like this. Look at this. Yes. All right. Same deal. Moss rolled up into the cutest little moss ball. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. It's going to go in right here. And then we're going to put our a double right here where these kind of crisscross. So there'll be a lot of pumpkins in here, but we want that on purpose where these are crisscrossing. So they're close to each other. Yep, you got to get a dip. You got to go for your glue dip. You're going to love it, pumpkin. Because I want these to go up and those pieces to go down. That's perfect. And remember, we've got more greenery to go in that middle area between everybody. Yep. You go there. You're looking good. All right. And then our other single stem, we're going to put it right in between here. So you can see all of a sudden we've got just a great pumpkin cluster everywhere around here. And it goes cluster to 2, then 1. It's just spread out perfectly. If I jump because the lightning or thunder is coming at y'all, don't panic. It's just on my video. It's not at your home probably. Or if you're watching this and it's lightning and thundering, isn't that weird when you watch a movie and it's lightning and thundering? You might be having the perfect environment for creating for Halloween and fall. All right, looking good. Now let me show you close up again. You're gonna love it. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, so cute. All right, now before we come in with our berries, since our berries are gonna make it more pops of orange, we're gonna come in with some more greenery. And now we're gonna run that greenery right in that middle zone. Like when I'm teaching in design school, I teach you the layers and the zones and the depth and dimension. Remember, depth and dimension means more money when you get ready to charge for your work. It also means a higher level design. So even if you're just making for yourself or your friends and family, a little higher level with that depth is just so polished looking. You're gonna love that. So let's come in here with these now with my greenery. And we're gonna go greenery right in here, okay? So that means on these are pusher stems too, and that means I can push them up. That's all that means on a pusher, means I can just push it up. So I'm gonna do that right here, and then make these kind of short. So we're gonna do that on a few of them. Let's push it up a little, just trim it short. Making a cute little cluster, trimming it off. Be careful, do that over the trash can so you don't have a bunch of pieces everywhere. Because they're flying. They're flying. Okay. My trimming is done. And let's put these in that mid zone. Let's go in the mid zone. Hey, if you're still watching this video and you're loving this, you have got to come join us in design school because literally I'm in there every week teaching you how to do what we're doing. Detailed, step by step, a whole portal full of designs. When you first join, you get access to the last 6 months in designs. And then after you're in our group for 6 months, then boom, guess what? The whole portal opens up and it's well over 400 videos of content and creating and so much inspiration. So if you love floral design, it's a great place to be. And we'd love to have you. And you can find all the info at KhalesDesignSchool.com, or you can go over to Khalees.com. We have links over to it. You can ask us in an email, or you can text us. Text us on 832-734-5201. And another reason you want to get on that text list is because on there, I text you when a brand new video comes out. So if you don't want to miss any brand new content, being on the text list is the best place to be. Best place to be. Okay, let's come in here. You see the difference? Now look, I filled in the mid zone up here, okay? And I have it down here. You see the difference? Yeah, it's coming together really quickly now. Really, really beautiful. So let's come below and work on below, right in here. And then I think we're ready to put our berries in. Let's get that party started. We can put the berries in. All right, bring that up. Let's keep going around and around and around she goes. Where she stops and nobody knows. Yeah, the thing I love about design school is every month we have a new, of course we have a different category that we work on, as in season or holiday, but we also have a different skill we master every month. And the nice thing about that is we're always trying to up our game. Even for people who have been in our class 6 years already, what else can I help them get better at? Or have support for you when you're ready to try a different technique. You know, techniques and styles come and go, but it's nice to have that arsenal to go back and look at in our design school and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot I haven't made those quick and easy swags in a while, or I haven't made a lantern topper, or oh my gosh, I forgot to do a C-shape or two-bow wreath. All of these type of things we teach in design school, and it just gives you such an arsenal for the next time you're ready to create. It's too fun. All right, I put a little moss in there with that glue. Trying to. All right, we're looking good. So now it's berry time, berry time. Okay, here's the berries. Haha. So now I'm gonna take this berry bush, and if you tear it down, you get a lot of independent berries. And that is if you want to use the berries tight, okay? If you want to use the berries more out towards the exterior, going outside the wreath, then you're going to want to cut it, and so we can have a little longer stem. I'm fine with these being short and all in here and just kind of adding that wispiness. So we're just going to take and tear these, and that will just save our hands a little bit from cutting. And just, it's usually not too hard, just tear them. Now I'm going to trim them after this, kind of neat them up. See? We gotta clean up the messy, all right? We're gonna do that for all 3 bushes. And I got them all in my hand, and then I just take and I'm just gonna neatly trim the stems. All right, so that the wires aren't frayed, there's not a whole lot of paper. And then if things are like a little bit papery like this, just pull that off. All right, and you're good to go. And we don't need a bunch of mess that's gonna fail later in our design. Just gonna pull those all off. Now we've got all these great berries ready to go into our wreath. Anytime you have a good stem like this and you're just gonna use the top part, save that. Take and cut this off and save this, because guess what? That could be a wreath hanger right here. This little piece right here, you can use as a great piece of wire for one of your next projects. So always save the stems off of any of your bigger pieces you cut down. This is our last bush to break down. I'm just going to tear these off, and then we'll neat them up and put them in our design. All right, and I'm going to use these in doubles when we put these in. So that means I'm just going to hold a couple together here, and we're going to go ahead and put them in together right into our wreath. All right, so my first one I think will come up here between the pumpkins. Get this guy in here. Get him feeling happy. He's so happy, so pretty. Oh, that's perfect. Those are going to just pop right in there. I'm just going to put my little bit of moss in. I'm covering my glue. And let's work our way down from there. And I like that we got a couple of different colors of orange working here. Because these berries, you see they have the darker, the lighter. That also helps you give depth to your design, and that looks really good. So I'm going to take and just twist these together and trim that off a little. Okay, let's put this one in. And when you're, you know, you sit in there and you manipulate them a little bit. You let those good wires in there work for you. You definitely let them work for you. Okay. 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 I'm going to come back over here. I just love this orange in here. Looks good. Come on down, come on down, come on down. There we go. Pretty. And then once that glue kind of sets up, we can come back to these, spread them out a little bit. They're a little easier to put in as two when you get ready to put them in. And that's because sometimes these wires are a little fine when you tear them down, but that's okay. I'll take and pair it with another one and just do a little twist like this, and then just trim that neat and straight. And we'll just go right in. So I'm going to come back to the inside. I think would be good right in here. Trying to get that right, but there's some moss there already. Get in there, buddy. There we go. Okay. Let's come back to the outside. That's so stinking pretty, y'all. Okay, now let's work from the center here, and we're going to go the other direction. And let me show you what a difference that's making in there. See the berries working in there, adding all that texture. Oh, and that color. Don't forget the color. It's gorgeous. I like that wispiness it kind of gives it. Just swirling that a little so it doesn't drip. Come more to the inside here. There we go. One of my wires was not wanting to go in. You gotta go in, buddy. Moss. Put that there, and then we're going to work down below here. We can do 2 more clusters and then 1 single. Put 1 right here. That looks great. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it in there. That's why I love my wreath stand, because it allows you to really push against it without falling. And I can add some force. And I'm a big fan of our wreath making styles. Our last one at the end, right here, and we're gonna twist. I'm coming over to the other side. I'm going to put this one in right here behind the greenery. Just kind of layering it in a little bit. I think that looks great. Now, I got a little bit greenery left and 1 berry, and I think it's going to be good to use it right here at the transition. That's where the bow would normally go if you're putting a bow in, where I changed direction. So I think we're going to go right in there and just kind of put a little bit in there to spruce that up a little. So I just cut this middle section down just a little. I love that, and we're gonna have that kind of go upward. So give that last little touch, give it a little time here. Give it a little loving. Now I'm gonna put this 1 berry kind of coming to the middle by itself. Because you want to make that center area a little extra special. Oh yeah. I think it knows my wreath is finished. It's gonna get a little creepy around here. But this wreath is made with the intention that it can be used for both fall and Halloween. You know, you could pop something a little scary, fun, cutesy scary in, a sign, or you can just transition into fall with it being just exactly like this. All right, I'm gonna use this twig piece as kind of a base to like work down the side of my lantern. So I'm going to leave this full, except I'm going to steal a couple of twigs out of here. We'll be adding in, okay? Let's cut this one. It's just warmed right up in North Carolina, really. So much for that cool weather, huh? All right, let's come in here and trim the next one down. All right, I'll save these for adding up other places. Put those off to the side. And I know I want mine to still be rocking in here somewhere in the swag. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure out in a minute, but I'm going to get one of the longer pieces in with the pine. I want that twig to kind of pop up and come down. Rhonda says, I love the garland challenge. Definitely do more. Okay, Rhonda, we'll do. We'll do. Rhonda's been making some gorgeous pieces. We just love her in design school. She's a great designer. Stephanie, yay! You're traveling from Texas to Mississippi. Caught lots of rain showers this morning. My dad is on the way back from San Diego, Stephanie. So, you know, they come home in the fall after summer's kind of ending, and they're on their way back. My mom's already back, actually. Dad's driving by himself, and he hit a lot of rain, too. I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to use my cable ties to secure this to the main stem and start to build out my little swag. Now, this is the lantern I'm going to put it on. So I want to start thinking about the length. Okay, so I really can't go much longer. If that's going to be coming down from the, it'll be coming up here from the top. So that's about it. You deserve it, Rhonda. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. Right, 89 in Houston, Terry. We just say that's fall. That is perfect. We can breathe. You have a very long wish list, Jody. For sure. So I think I want to use this piece up a little higher here. I'm going to use my biggest still bee to add in just for some drama. So really, let's have that kind of come up here with this piece. And I'm not going to cut off the base yet until I start kind of building what I want and manipulating it. So let's table tie all these in together. The nice thing about making like mini swags is you just can kind of lay it on your table like I'm doing and see what you like. And you don't have to really terribly overthink it. One of the benefits of using that swag is it is all going to kind of coordinate together because it's made to go together, and it just makes it easy on you. Okay, trim that one off. Is this a good one to keep? Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Keep that one. Okay, so I got my swag base kind of being built up. Let's bring that lantern back. Oh, Mom and Dad love to go to San Diego in the summers. Their whole retirement plan is built around how long they can afford that. And I don't blame them. Now they've got the my niece off to college. They have more freedom than ever. Okay, you see how it's looking so far? I just need to know if I'm going to attach it to the very top. That would be kind of up here. So I've got to see what else I can add. I want more drama at the top here for sure. So let's bring this one in, kind of layer it in front, and let these work behind. So don't be afraid to manipulate it to what you need for your look. Oh, the pine cone just came off. Did I accidentally cut its wire? I think I did because it's got no wire. Well, shooty patootie. How did that? Well, I can put the pine cone, I can rewire it in and we can put it back over here. I'll do that in a little bit. But that is going to go right there, okay, guys? I decapitated it. I get scissor happy, right? Cutter happy. Cut, cut, cut. All right, let's bring this piece in. And I want to be able to pull some of these leaves in down around the bow also. Okay. So here comes in the bow. And I'm going to put it right in that section between there. Now, if you wanted to make a small hanger, like little sconce pieces to go in your entryway, to go with some of your regular light fixtures, this is such a beautiful piece to hang off as you come in. Terry, isn't it going to be perfect on the lantern? We're making a little lantern swag. And I'll get some pictures for y'all later and post with it on the swag, showing you how it all looks. It's hard to get the angle right when I'm filming straight down here. I would take this ribbon and it would probably kind of run behind. You see what I'm talking about? How pretty that is in there? Oh, we were going to dovetail these. Let me dovetail these because that was super cute. Which I didn't think it was going to look that good dovetailed, but it actually did. Shocking. There you, is it just cute? Because you see the little up and down? The little V in there. Hey guys, if you're new and you're just getting here watching, if you'd like to get live alerts, just text us the word live to our text number down there. Oh, I just cut that wrong. Psych. Redo. The text number is 832-734-5201. Just send us that word live, and we'll be able to send you live notifications when we're live. We have a Discord server where we send out all the notifications with links. And even if you're not able to join us live right at that time, the cool thing is you can come back and have the links to come see what you missed while we were creating, and you might have been somewhere else doing not the creating stuff, right? It's so autumny, yes. So I'm gonna take and cover some of my mechanics. I'm gonna steal a little leaf here, and we're gonna cover this cable tie down in there and put that on. So, although we've made this to go on a lantern, there's no reason you couldn't add a hanger to the back and use this right now to hang up to be a simple little swag. Some simple pieces like this were always great sellers for me in my Etsy store. Not everything had to be a big, over-the-top piece. A lot of really basic, gorgeous little pieces like this were good items for me. Let me turn it this way. Okay, I've left that big stick on the back still. Okay, so you could definitely make a hanger if you wanted to make it a regular swag. Just have it come right off. Those two pieces of twig that we cut off earlier are going right in the center right here. And I'm just sticking them under that one cable tie. Now, I'd like a little more leaves right in here. And you could just steal these from this piece back here. Take one that's kind of in the back. This is way in the back here. Okay. And this has those velvet leaves, which, oh, I love that. Mary Lou loves these colors. Hello, Judy. Let's bring this down in here. Yes. I'm still going under that one cable tie. I'm going to get a little leaf in there, turn that around. And I still got to put the top of my pumpkin back on. But once I do that, we are good to go. So basically, I use the last third of our garland, and then I added the one biggest still be right here, this big stem, and I added some twig. And let me show you how it's going to look on the lantern when we add it to it. Okay, I just have to do it flat on the table for you guys to see. But here's our little lantern, and it will tie up here at the top, kind of off to the side. Can you guys see it? And it'll look just like that. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? It's hard to show you flat on the table, but you can kind of see how fun that is. And the nice thing is I'll just tie that from back here. You can tie it to the front of your lantern, or you can tie it all the way to the top, just depending on the design of your particular lantern you're using. But you have a swag like this that you can use for anything. You know, it's made to hang, but you can also take and definitely lay it anywhere, or I think it'd be neat to add under some existing light fixtures you already have in your home. So you guys, if this is the first time you've come to one of our lives this week, this is our third project we've made with one garland. Very pretty. Thank you. Thank you so much. Here is our first project we made. We made a centerpiece, which turned out super cute. All the same kind of color palettes. Then we made a wreath. So sometimes these big fancy garlands might look intimidating. Their prices might be like, well, Clee, how am I going to use that and make it cost effective? Well, this is how you're going to use it and make it cost effective, guys. You're going to get 3 projects out of one garland, and we only added 3 picks of this, for 2 here, 1 there, and then 2 twig picks, 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 still bait. But any combination of all this can go together. And if you want to make a huge, huge table piece, one garland, a couple of these, and a couple of the brown twigs, you're good to go. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to continue with our live sale marathon later this afternoon. We'll text you out when we're live again with our next set of new products. Live sales, guys, are all coordinated collections. So just like I was able to teach you guys how to do these this week like this, a live sale is a coordinated collection. So everything I show you on those goes together. So the point of that is it's easier for you to shop. You don't have to go all the way through the website and just find everything on your own. I make it pretty easy for you. Good. You're welcome, Jennifer. Lessa loved it. Nice. Great. Rhonda, thank you too. I love this collection. It is beautiful. And it just mixes so nicely with everything else together here. I'm a sucker for those gorgeous magnolia leaves in the back. All right. I hope you've inspired. I mean, you always inspire me, guys, but I hope I've inspired you to make something beautiful this week and play with flowers. If you haven't done that in a while, you might be crafting in other directions. But if you can, get back out there and play with these flowers. It is so fun to be with you guys and inspire you to create more. So I got to glue that pumpkin on and repair this pine cone. But I will see y'all later. Have a great day. I'll be live selling with you in a little bit. Okay? Bye.